Hey, Reed. Yeah, fucking polar bear vortex, and
Yeah, we made it. We made it through.
there was a soccer game on last night.
Who played? Doesn't matter.
What do you mean soccer game is in like that the big sport event last night?
Oh yeah, that's what you meant.
yeah,
The foot. Oh yeah,
football.
soccer game. Yeah, I get it.
Football.
Yeah, I made $5.
Hell yeah.
How'd you make?
Taiki just followed.
Hell yeah, Taiki.
Yeah.
Well, how did you make?
I've been
$5?
following you for fucking years, Taiki. How come you never followed me back, dude? What the fuck, dude? You just now follow me.
It was worth it. But no, I made $5. Quick little gamble on halfway through. I honestly didn't even know what I was betting for. I just wanted to make the day a little bit more exciting. We were there,
Yeah.
in it. So I threw $5 on whatever the other person didn't want, and it ended up working out my benefit. And I won a pizza.
You want a pizza, like a whole
Well,
pizza?
no, I just whenever I win $5, I consider $5. It's just a
Okay.
quick pizza.
Yeah. All right. That explains why you were popping out of the kitchen to look at the TV. I was
Yeah.
like, I thought you were the last person to fucking do that. But $5, a pizza. Let's just call it a pizza, not $5.
Right.
I'd be popping my head.
Yeah, dude.
I was never allowed. Yeah, you're right. Somebody said the guy in the top right looks like he's rich, good looking, with a rapist wit. I'm pretty sure that's what's his name? Your boy. Talking about you, Johnny.
Oh shit. I'm actually none of those things, but
I'm one of 3. Guess
Yo.
which one.
thank you. I guess it's a compliment. It's a weird one, but
That's funny.
I don't know.
Dude, Baloney Brett's in the chat. That's his actual name
Oh.
on Twitch now.
So he switched it from
I don't
a couple
know
weeks
if
ago?
it. Yeah.
Baloney Brett.
Katie said she agrees with the person that says you have the rapist wit.
Aw.
Yeah, dude. They're just hoeing on you.
It's okay. I had a mustache for like a year. I was just full blown rapey.
Rape is wit.
I remember I dressed up as a weirdo rapist for Halloween once.
Yeah, I
Funny.
took you to that house
That was a
party.
good one.
Yeah,
I
Was that
remember.
hot?
You had a mullet at the time, didn't you?
just
You took your dad's reading glasses and shit.
I just had some old fucking itchy ass sweater on. It was like way too small for me.
And you're already a small dude, so I'm kind of like,
And I was like sit at this party and I just kept peeking around corners at people and shit.
That shit is good.
oh man, it's funny because it was mutual friends of mine and Alex's. I was like, you want to go? Yeah. And you dressed up like that. And
Yeah,
like,
like-
20 minutes into the party, you're like, I don't know anybody.
Yeah,
I was like, that's perfect. That's perfect. You don't know anybody. You got the creepy 1 hour photo Robin Williams vibe going.
Yeah.
Just turn around the corners.
That's a good movie, by the way.
Very good. Robin Williams, R.I.P.
Yeah, he's fucking dead as shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, everybody posts that quote of his talking about like you never know how depressed people really are or something like that. And it's like but it pretty much the end of the quote is pretty much just like, no, don't kill yourself, everything's fine. And then like dude totally fucking hung himself. Like damn.
Found out that he didn't get the gig for Jumanji 2.
Where's Fish? I don't know, man. I don't have his number.
He moved.
Plus he'd just be fucking up here complaining about fucking Eric Clapton or something.
Yeah. I was actually looking forward to listening to him complain for a little while today.
Right. I had the idea of just like when we get the green screen to have him come podcast, but it literally just be we'll sit just him in front of a green screen and then we'll just be like, Eric Clapton, go. And then we'll just let him just fucking talk and rant, dude, and we'll just put shit behind him. And
It'd have to be like, as soon as we said Eric Clapton on the green screen, it would just have to be Eric Clapton doing like a weak ass
Yeah,
bend on the guitar. And he would just, Fish would have no idea that Eric Clapton was behind him.
right.
Fucking sucks. But he likes Sugar Ray. Full blown loves Sugar Ray.
You need my take on Liam Neeson? I don't know. Taken movies were alright, I guess. I don't know.
He kills, dude.
Yeah.
He kills.
He killed a lot in that movie.
Yeah. It's just on revenge.
How many of those movies do they make? Like 5?
I know of 2 for sure, but who knows? It might be one of those franchises where they just keep pumping them out and I don't even know.
Liam Neeson's one of those guys that plays Liam Neeson in movies.
Right.
They cast
Right.
Liam Neeson for his own roles.
He's like, we're actually thinking kind of like a Australian accent. This movie takes place in Australia, and he's like, he's just fucking himself again. He's like, well, I wish I was good at impressions right now. Dude. I don't know why I set myself up for an impression.
Yeah, I want to hear the Liam Neeson Australian impression.
What up, Scold?
He's Australian?
No, I want to hear Liam Neeson do an Australian impression, or someone do an impression of Liam Neeson as an Australian.
Right. Like all right. So you settle for either, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I
All
mean
right.
him or someone doing an impression of him as an Australian.
I feel like
He wouldn't
I don't know.
budge. If
He
movie
wouldn't.
producers would be like, "Can you do an Australian accent?" He'd be like,
he's like, you can get
No.
somebody to do me doing an Australian accent, but you're not gonna get me to do one.
"I'm not gonna do that."
Yeah, there you go. Where were you fucking a minute ago?
Sorry, I thought you had it, man. I've never seen any of the Taken movies. I've only seen Liam Neeson movies. I've only seen Schindler's List. And then he had a couple cameos. He was in that one Seth MacFarlane movie about the Million Ways to Die in the West or some shit. He was like the bad cowboy.
Yeah.
And he still had his, like, I don't know, English accent.
Right.
Over there accent.
His overseas accent.
Not American accent.
Baloney Brett said, call it Meat Men Podcast. What the fuck? But he spelled it MEET for some reason. Like you're meeting us, I guess. I don't know. Is that what you meant by that? Was there supposed to be a pun there, or are you just bad at spelling?
I think he was getting to that pun.
Hopefully. I'm sure he was.
Did you not watch the Super Bowl, Anthony?
I watched some of it.
For the commercials?
Yeah, but they're terrible, dude. They're just, I don't know. I think I'm just out of touch. I mean, maybe younger people were stoked about them. I just saw, I was like, oh, damn, there's a new rapper I don't know. There's another one. I saw one. It was like pretty cringy to me. And then it got even more cringy because the Backstreet Boys showed up, dude. And like just started dancing and shit. Like when you thought it could be the most cringy, Backstreet Boys show up, dude. And I'm like, damn, dude.
What was the commercial even about? Like, what
I think
company?
it was Doritos, dude.
Didn't even
Doritos.
see the Super Bowl,
Flamin'
but I
Hot
seen that
Doritos.
commercial.
Yeah. Chance the Rapper, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's settling for some money right now. That's got to be the situation because
I mean, dude, I can't fucking blame any rapper.
No.
I know any rapper is gonna fucking sell out any chance they get, you know. Any of them.
Yeah.
I can't blame them either.
Right.
It just seems like I almost don't apply that to like rappers. Like if I saw like, I don't know.
you're not going to add that to
Right.
their catalog or their persona
Right.
or anything. It's just them quick
Right.
grab. You know, it's a whole different thing, whole different, I guess, art in a way.
That's what I think about
But
when I
it's
think of Ludacris's verse on fucking Baby by Justin Bieber. Dude, he spent like probably 12 seconds writing that thing, dude. It's like the worst rap I've ever heard, dude. He's like, I'm about to lay it down and make a ton of money. And he did, dude. And it's like the worst rap ever, but he's just banking off of it, dude. He's like, yeah, I'll do a song. It's like the worst shit ever, dude.
Probably wrote that on the hood of a car during the Fast and Furious takes.
Right.
Between takes, it's like,
He's fogging up the windows and writing it.
No, you know, they hit him up. He already had that written. He just came through, laid it down, got paid.
Harrison Ford one was the best. That fucking dog, ordering the dog food and shit.
I didn't get a chance to watch any of the commercials, unfortunately, besides that Doritos one.
Yeah.
And that
There weren't many other memorable ones that I really remember.
was there any controversial ones? Is white America gonna get really pissed off or anything like the Gillette thing?
I don't
Which I
think
still haven't
so.
watched. I don't even know what that's about.
I watched it, but dude, I could imagine why fucking stupid people will get upset by it.
Yeah.
But there's not. I don't know. there's
Like
no
Kia,
reason.
the
Right.
Kia car company is just like, let's piss some people off.
Right. I don't know, man.
Fucking, I didn't see the halftime show, but I saw of the halftime show, and it was Adam Levine from Maroon 5.
Yeah. I saw,
They
like,
got him in Atlanta. They could have got Ludacris, and I would have been more intrigued.
right.
Or Outkast.
They got Big Boy,
Yeah.
which
he
was
there?
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
was
don't know.
there.
They didn't get Andre though.
Right. He's like, nah.
Nah. I guess there was a thing where they were trying to cut their songs or something like that, and he wasn't feeling it.
They cut his verse or
Yeah.
something.
Well, just like cut it down to a slimmed up
Right.
version.
The
for,
Super Bowl
yeah.
halftime show style.
Yeah.
Trying to cut his songs down, and the halftime show is like 40 minutes long. Or fuck the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
His tattoos were awful.
Whose tattoos?
Fucking Adam Levine's.
No,
He's looking like he was trying to get cast as fucking Jared Leto's Joker in the next fucking movie or something. That's what he looked like, dude. He looked like fucking Jared Leto as the Joker without the fucking makeup on.
he's trying to get cast as Jared Leto in the next Jared Leto documentary.
Yeah. He's
As-
like, I just want
as
to play the
Jo-
Joker parts.
So what have you guys been listening
He
to?
had all those tattoos before he was famous. That's my theory on that. He said
We're
it-
talking about-
He said, I don't get why famous people have awful tattoos. Prime example, Post Malone.
yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure he had most of those shitty tattoos before he was famous, so that's probably what that's about.
Yeah. It's also very easy to get shitty tattoos.
Yeah, dude,
You
because
know, you
everybody's
don't-
boy fucking does tats, dog.
Yeah.
Yo, my boy does tats. You know? He's cheap. Hit my boy up.
Right.
He's cheap. He does tattoo parties.
I think it's just ridiculous that celebrities, they'll get really rich or whatever, make a lot of money,
Exactly.
and then they
it's
get
called.
all tatted up, and like if you look at them, that like they're fucking horrible.
Yeah, I know.
Like, bro, what did you got?
It's
took?
like I just needed to get my body covered real quick, man. I didn't want to think about stuff. I just needed to get this shit covered.
They were like, like I just want a
yeah.
full bodysuit of tattoos, and I got 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
They're like, we can't do that at all. But I have like,
at all.
I have like 20 grand. I'll throw you, and they're like,
I got some boys. Hold on.
oh.
I always thought
And
that'd be a funny visual of watching someone get tattooed by like 6 people at once.
Right. I'm sure there's videos of it. There's gotta be, right?
I've never looked into it.
Great.
There's gotta be like, I wonder if somebody has a record for getting the most tattooed the most quickly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Getting most of their body covered in a short amount of time.
I've seen videos.
There should be a competition now, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see, dude.
I've seen videos of at like conventions, like 2 artists hit up one person's torso, but I've never seen like 5 dudes. Like one's got a leg.
Right. That's what I'm
I just
picturing.
imagine the guy's body just going into like stress and shock, like losing all this plasma at once. Like,
Yeah, dude. It's probably
worth it. Just fucking leave
I'll
the
also
convention
make
like leave the convention like a mummy all wrapped up. About to hit the fucking beach.
He's like, I don't know really what I want, but just a lot of guns, a lot of skulls. Give
The
me some
go-tos.
fucking right.
The tiger.
Here, I just got this list. Just
It's
make it happen.
It's like a spider on a spider web, you know. But make it look cool, you know.
Yo, I actually know someone that got a spider web on their face done.
Yeah, he
in,
said, "Fuck me up, fam." Let's go for it, dude.
The spider web on his face.
Yeah, just done in a basement too. Like real shitty,
Damn.
real shitty. But
He's like, "Oh,
that's it.
It fucking hurts, dog. Yeah.
That's it. Hey, going for the look, you got it, man. You got it. Looking real dusty.
Seen a lot of butt cheek skin tattooed girls.
hell yeah."
Cool, that's fine. It's your body. But just like my own personal opinion, like, damn, you gotta be careful when you like poop and stuff. And just,
Afterwards,
like,
yeah.
the bacteria, because it's basically an open wound for a couple weeks.
Yeah, especially if it's near the crack, dude.
Would you just-
Fuck that.
That's where a bidet comes in
Can't, yeah,
handy, dude.
you can't be getting a butt cheek tattooed during the wintertime, wearing those jeans. Imagine summertime, loose clothing. I don't want a butt cheek tattoo.
I like
What'd
it when
you get?
when they incorporate the butthole into the tattoo.
Yeah.
That's the best.
It's like someone puckering up or something.
What would I get on my butt?
Yeah.
Probably a monkey smoking a cigarette.
All right.
Can't take it serious, like
Right.
fucking.
It's on your ass, for Christ's sake. It's got to be funny.
Gotta
Right?
get my kid's name on my fucking ass.
Like, what?
Okay.
Real serious. Just got a cross.
His name's Tyler with 2 Y's in cursive.
Yeah. You should for sure get the same tattoo as 15 of your friends when you're 19.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, bro.
I'm trying to do that when I'm 40.
Yeah.
Just go on social media, follow a bunch of fucking 19-year-old kids, see what's popular and trending with tattoos, and be like, I want that.
Just get a jewel tattooed on you or something.
Jewel face tat.
Yeah.
Just the actual jewel itself, you know,
Right.
real size.
Yeah.
Very
Uh,
lifelike.
Actual
Oh.
size.
I was thinking the artist Jewel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I would get her.
Snaggletooth.
Yeah. What happened to her?
Jewel hitting a
Yeah,
jewel.
what did happen to Jewel?
She fucking I don't know. She living in a car still in Winnebago. Wasn't that her story?
Shit, I don't know. She better not, because I've been hearing her for a long time on the radio and shit. She better be like, not be living in a fucking RV somewhere.
Jewel isn't living in a fucking RV. She's getting some kind of checks. She
Yeah, she's getting those checks for those songs. Forgot the names, but
Right.
the strawberry
what's it
wine. Is that a Jewel song?
I don't think so.
she might have covered that.
Is that somebody else? You know that?
I want to look that up just because I'm curious.
Like I know, honestly, like 3 of her songs.
It's Deanna Carter.
Strawberry wine,
Just sounded like something my mom listened to growing up.
Wait, why did I say strong?
strong wine.
Foolish Games. Ooh.
Yeah, there we go.
Who Will Save Your Soul? You Were Meant for Me.
I thought those were all the same song.
Right. I remember my old band covered a Jewel song. Can't remember what song it was though. We did like punk rock version.
Get JDK on the horn.
Fucking JDK.
Miss him.
Larry, you got a butt cheek tat? What'd you get? I know you're full of shit, by the way, so don't even answer it. Yeah, Taiki knows about JDK. Have you talked to him? I already know the answer is probably no. Brett just said out of nowhere, roast Vin Diesel.
Okay. Vin Diesel.
What was that movie where pretty sure it's him, but he beats somebody to death by punching them in the face, like against the car. He's like punching them in the face.
Fast and the Furious.
Dude, I hope it's not, because I don't want to reference that movie. But dude,
Triple
That's
X?
all I got.
dude, I don't think so.
No.
I want to say it had more credibility than that, but probably not. It's probably one of those 2 movies, dude. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You got me roasting Vin Diesel, dog.
Speaking of Triple X, I love the opening scene of that movie where he jumps out of a fucking helicopter or some shit with skis on, and then he skis down a fucking hill with no snow on it, and it's all kinds of fucking ridiculous. Like, and it keeps progressively getting more and more ridiculous as it goes on.
He was in Saving Private Ryan, and then he died in the movie, but just everybody was carrying him.
I don't think that's Drive. That's not Drive.
Vin Diesel's in Drive? Don't think so.
It's hard to think what movie did Vin Diesel kill. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
what movie?
Chronicles of Riddick or something. That was the only cool movie. Pitch. No, actually that is not the one I'm talking about. The one before it, a prequel or whatever. Pitch Black. That's the only like cool Vin Diesel movie, and it's not even cool. It's like a so bad it's good sci-fi movie. Like, yeah, Pitch Black. Yeah.
You ever just get so turned off by an actor, like he's so bad, like one of the first movies you watch by him, that you just completely ignore everything else?
I think so. I'm probably.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, really.
He was in Boiler Room. That was a good movie. It's like a small budget movie. That was
What was
good.
that movie where like he had like a duck or something?
Boiler Room?
No, not that one. But there was like a movie where he played a duck or had a pet duck or something. I swear to you, dude. Hold up.
Jesus Christ.
What about Undercover Babysitter? What? That's probably the movie I'm thinking of, dude.
He killed a guy in that movie?
No, I'm thinking of just the movie about the duck now.
Oh.
What am I fucking doing with my life, dude? A pacifier? Is that what I'm thinking of? That's what you're thinking of, the pacifier, dude. Oh, no. Anyways, fuck Vin Diesel, dude. Why you got us here, Brett? Come on.
He's dictating the
I
podcast.
know.
Talk about Bob Barker now.
Yeah.
Yo, I watched the first episode of Russian Doll on Netflix last night.
What is
New
that?
one. It's complete rip off of that movie Happy Death Day. But
What is that?
it's a movie where this girl dies every day,
Oh,
wakes
yeah,
back
yeah.
up on her birthday. But they have the girl from Orange Is the New Black in it. Redheaded girl with the raspy voice. I can't think of her name.
Right.
But she plays like a really good character, but the concept of the movie or the show is completely ripped from the movie.
It's just she
One-
dies every day.
she
I think
dies-
that's such a cliche idea that, like, I don't know.
When she's like trying to figure out her own death kind of situation, but like, how it literally is the exact. I was so fucking.
Right. I feel like that has been done before that movie too, though, in some sense, I would imagine. But I don't know. It feels like such a cheesy idea to me, at least. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're just ripping that.
But they ripped it so nonchalantly, like it's just.
They're just like, oh, this is not the same thing.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing. And she's waking up on her birthday. She died last night. She's trying to figure out how she died.
They're trying to stretch it.
And it's a series now.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They're trying to stretch that boy out.
So,
Dude.
Trying to figure out if this.
You think it's better as a series or as a movie? You can give more. You could give more time to each.
Yeah,
death, I guess.
if I seen the series before I seen the movie, I would have enjoyed the series way more.
Right.
But because I seen this movie somewhat recently too,
Right.
it just
Was the movie any good?
not
No.
really. I mean, it was the same thing.
Was the
over
first
and over
episode
again.
better than?
Than the entire movie?
Yeah, like
Yeah, I mean
did
the
it set
movie.
a good pace to be better? I should probably
yeah,
say. Right?
yeah. It was on a good pace, and it was interesting too. Like her character in it was, she pulled me right in. She's a lead role, but the other one, the movie wise, it was repeating. You know, super hard to connect to. They had really cool shots, some interesting shots in it, but
Right.
other than visually, the movie came so fucking short for me.
Right. I would imagine, dude. That concept to me seems like you'd have to do some really, really cool stuff to make it seem a lot not like hacky idea. Like I don't know. It's like to me that just seems like a easy way to write a movie quick because like so many scenarios. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like something that keeps creates like a loop that you can keep repeating to like keep progressing a story quick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like the whole like if you make like the episode in every show where like you die and then death shows you like what could have been. It's just like it basically writes itself. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. I don't know. The idea, like you said, it's really fucking basic and kind of fucking too easy. But it could have went somewhere, and I'm kind of intrigued to see where this Netflix show goes. I'll watch another episode.
Is it new?
Yeah, I probably just found it 2-3 days ago.
Yeah. What's it called?
Russian Doll.
Russian Doll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I canceled my Netflix a while ago, and the last series that I watched was the Castlevania series you told me about.
Yeah, it's
It
pretty
was
good.
like 7 episodes, I think.
Yeah, I still haven't watched the second season. I only watched the first season of it. There's a new, but yeah,
Yeah.
the first season was good.
I don't really fuck around too much with
Like anime stuff.
anime. Yeah. I don't have anything personal against it. I just never catch myself watching it. But
Never found stuff you really like.
Yeah.
In it.
But I always dug Castlevania. So
Yeah, that first episode sucked me in. It was pretty brutal. I
yeah.
thought it was good. Yeah, there's a bunch of fucking. I'm trying to think of good stuff on Netflix that I've watched recently.
And I actually recently got a Hulu too, and Hulu is the whip for any kind of anime. They
Is
got,
it?
Yeah, they got a shitload of anime.
I never even looked for it on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, their collections. Nice.
Hell yeah. Hulu's got some okay stuff. I watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine on there. That shit's funny, dude.
Mhm.
The AMD Sandberg.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about him, dude. He's like, I don't know, like childishly funny, I guess. Like
Yeah.
innocently funny, I guess. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. He's got his own sense of humor that like brings me back in a way, in some kind of weird way. It reminds me of like being younger. I don't know.
He's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, like simple wit, and just
Right. It's always
It's
really
very-
the same joke with him, but it's just talking about different stuff. So it's the same 3 kind of jokes, but it's cool. He's funny.
dude's got it figured out.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine's hilarious. So
Yeah.
dude, all the characters on that like develop so well. It's like such a good show.
Oh, yeah, that's the show with obviously Andy Samberg, but isn't homeboy Joe Triglio in there? Little guy from Party Down. He made his
yeah.
he made like a debut. Well, yeah, he was in Superbad too.
Yeah, he plays Boyle on it. It's just fun. He's hilarious.
He's
dude.
he's fucking hilarious.
Such a good character, dude.
What was the movie that dude was in where he was spotting somebody in a gym or something like that? He was the gym trainer.
Oh, I don't know. I'll look it up though. It's probably like Reno 911 movie or something.
Joe Triglio.
Yeah, I was kidding, but yeah, but I'm trying to think of what. How do you spell his name?
That's one of my favorite scenes.
Exactly how it sounds. Triglio.
It's like not. Wait. Anyways, keep talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? I think it's "I Love You, Man." Maybe. Something along those lines.
I don't think he's ever had a lead role, which is upsetting because he's funny. There we go.
Let's see what we got here. What's he been in? He's in Pitch Perfect too. What? A lot of TV.
Wait, am I reading that right? Walking Dead?
Where?
Right there.
What's Wedding Band?
Wedding Band.
Pretty close.
These aren't real glasses.
Party Down. That show's too good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably "I Love You, Man," right? Voice, yeah, because his voice cracks. I remember that now. Yeah, yeah. All right. This movie was pretty funny. Anyways.
Yeah. Awesome supporting actor.
Yeah, he's like the Andy Samberg's like best friend, pretty much.
Really?
He's like too much of a best friend, you know?
So I was talking to Johnny earlier, just from the past week. Like, I talked to you about it too. Just what have you guys really been listening to? Just like, not like a specific album. I guess it could be that, but artist or album wise.
Been listening to this artist Tenchio. He's like a, I don't know, like math rock, like spazzy, like breakcore kind of artist. I guess I don't don't really know what to call most fucking bands anymore, dude. It's like he's some 16-year-old from Uruguay though, and he just writes and produces everything. It's pretty tight stuff though.
Is he a 16-year-old?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Fucking.
I don't know if he's 16 now, but the album that I first started listening to, he was 16 when he wrote it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, makes me feel really lazy.
Youngin.
Just writing some super spaz music. I remember you were showing us a little bit of it last week.
I'm not gonna play that for
Right.
on here.
Bedroom chaos of the inner noodle.
Yeah.
Sounds like a creepy restaurant.
I'll link it in the chat if anybody wants to fucking check it out, though.
I don't know. I just been,
Hey, what about you? What you been listening to?
dude. I don't know. It's weird because I haven't listened to shit by a lot of Dispute for the past like 5 years. But that, fuck, I just had it, that one album. It's so goddamn long and obnoxious. Somewhere at the bottom of the river.
Wait, who? What,
Law Dispute.
Yeah.
That album.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like just having songs on shuffle, like different genres on Spotify, and like a song happened to come up from that album, and I was like, "Fuck it!" I just ended up listening to that whole album at the crib,
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, "Shit, man!" Like, and I always do that about albums, like new or an old album I haven't listened to in a long time. I'll just always like read about it,
Right.
dude. Fucking 11 years ago that came out, and then it reminded me of how we saw them in a Wilhelm Scream at
The Metal Frat.
yeah. It was summertime and it was just so exhausting in that basement. By the
That shit
time
was
La
fucking
Dispute was
tight.
done, yeah, and when Wilhelm Scream started playing, just probably had like 12 beers, but it was just all sweated out.
Right.
It just was like
It was so
drained.
crammed in there, dude. And people
Yeah.
were fucking crowd surfing and getting like pushed into the ceiling because it's so short. The ceiling's so short in there, you know.
Just a fucking
It's like,
100-pound kid, just
Right.
like, and it's one of those tiles that you just push up and
Right.
like, hide your drugs in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard so much gnarly shit about the Metal Frat and just how the shows there always just got
They're fucking
too
tight,
much.
dude. Yeah.
Like,
Shit was always dope there, dude.
That's the only show I've ever been to at the Metal Frat.
I don't think it's still. Is it? Are they still?
I don't
No,
think
it's,
so,
it's
no.
got to be long gone.
Have you been to other shows at the Metal Frat?
Yeah, just random ones. I played there once. Can't think of any like cool like bands I went. So I was just local shit back in the day.
I think that show, the La Dispute and a Wilhelm Scream in that sweaty, dirty basement, and it was probably that same year that Necro show we went to. Those
Yeah.
two shows were like really good artists at like a ridiculous like
Like a
Wh-
spot you wouldn't think
yeah.
of seeing that. Yeah.
yeah, like those two shows stick out.
Yeah. You recently played at the Sanctuary, right? Your band.
Yeah.
Would you compare the Sanctuary to the Metal Frat at all,
No.
venue wise?
No.
Because I've just noticed the bills at the Sanctuary are pretty similar. They're getting some heavy bands coming out there.
Right. It's just like one was literally in like a frat house,
Okay.
in the basement of a frat house, and one's like a actual bar venue. So it's
Okay.
like, I don't know, maybe like as far as like the acts that come through, probably, yeah. But
That's
not
why I
like-
was asking because
right,
I've
right.
noticed that there was like similar bills coming through
Yeah,
style wise, and I've actually never got to check out Sanctuary yet,
yeah.
and I've
I
noticed
saw
a lot.
Invalids there before it was between the switch from, because it used to be Paychecks.
Okay.
If you've ever been to that one.
No.
But
You got a show coming up, right?
no, it just happened on
Oh, it
Friday.
just happened?
Yeah, it was at PJ's Lager House
Okay.
in Detroit.
You know what you should bring back? You should bring back the total late 80s metal, like, dude that wears his own band's t-shirt. Like, then, yeah, but, like,
guy.
live and shit. Yeah, but live.
Right.
Just pull an old Jason Newsted. Just wearing a fucking Metallica shirt for 10 years. Like, bro, we get it. I fucking loved them before I joined the band. Like, yeah, all right.
Right, cool.
Just fucking. What about you, Johnny? What have you been flexing on music-wise? Just puts a CD in.
I don't know. I've been listening to Toro y Moi What For the past week. I went and got it on vinyl, so been listening to that a lot.
Hell yeah.
That and Earl Sweatshirt, some rap songs. Mm,
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Some rap songs.
Yeah.
That's
All
funny.
right. Yeah. I like that.
but the Earl Sweatshirt album was weird for me because at first it most of the time with Earl it doesn't sink in right away,
Right.
and I got to come back to it and really just listen to it over and over and over again. And
Right.
it was the same thing for this one. I mean, I at first it was underwhelming, and I just listened to it. I was just like, this is it. But
Right.
then once I sat down and listened to it a good, I don't know, 20 times plus, like still listening to it. I have it in my car, and just been, dude, it's a masterpiece. Really, it's
Oh, yeah.
fucking, it's way deeper than what it really is. Like, for what you just take for a light listen.
Right.
Yeah, I've been listening.
I know he's good. He's one of the fucking he's good for sure. I will check that out for sure. Some rap songs.
Yeah, I didn't know the title, but I've actually been listening to it whenever we would go to work and shit. I like it because it's I never really messed with any of his previous stuff, but I like some rap songs because it's just like it's simplistic. It doesn't seem like
Yeah.
overproduced or trying too hard or
Right.
just
Is it
loud, I guess.
who produced it?
I know that Alchemist produced a track or two. I know that Black Noise produced a track or two. And
I just remember them always having like those dudes.
he's
from-
completely separated
right.
from the whole Odd Future
Right.
cast or whatever.
I just remember they
crew.
always have like the Fruity Loop sound because they were just
No.
beginner producers, you know.
Yeah, and that was
They-
cool though. I
They
mean, they
make
created
cool
a
shit
sound.
for sure.
But
I'm just curious if it had that vibe. So I was just
No.
asking.
no, he separated himself from that whole sound for sure. You can tell that he's progressed as an artist, and
Right.
he's making what he wants his music to sound like now.
That's tight.
What was the first album or artist you said before Earl?
Toro y Moi.
What is? Do you
Yeah.
know them?
It's this dude. His name's Chaz. His last name starts with a B. I can't. I don't want to say it and fuck it all up. But he produces and writes all his own music, and it started as electronic. And this album is his kind of his first album where he's branching away from being more of a production artist and being more of an actual. He's using all real instruments.
Okay.
And he's kind of stepped away from, the sampling and the keyboards
Yeah.
and all that, but it still has that electronic feel to it.
Yeah, so he didn't like really abandon too much of
No,
what he was.
it still has the same energy. It still has the feeling.
Yeah, you mentioned something interesting earlier, like listening to a new album by one of your personal favorite artists. And I don't know if it's just me, but you kind of overthink it, listening to it, like start to
Yeah.
finish, and then you set it aside, and then however long later you listen to it, and it gets a little bit better, and then it gets a little bit better. I mean, not all albums, obviously, like,
Right.
but yeah, it's weird going back to albums and being like, shit, really fucking slept on it. Kind of, I don't know what I was thinking going into it.
Right.
Like maybe that artist or band's previous album was just so good, and then when they came out with something new, you're like,
Just not used to the new sound.
yeah,
and
just
shit.
being a little bitch about it. It's not the same.
Yeah. There's a lot of bands. A lot of the bands that I listen to always like progress their sound in different ways. So like I'm kind of used to like expecting new sounding shit out of the stuff I listen to, which is cool. But it's also like, I don't know. I've seen some of the bands I like just turn into shit I just don't like anymore.
Yeah.
Like Chan, like they're still super dope, but like I don't know. It's just like I don't know. I don't even know what that is anymore. It's
Yeah.
like half.
Why'd you go on and do
Right.
that?
Right.
You had something.
That Polyphia album.
Yeah,
that
they're
got
just kinda
super
going-
electronic.
Yeah, it's just like I just feel like that's what Chan's going for. They're just like, oh, they see the success of Polyphia and they're like, oh, we can make stuff like that. That's their attempt at it. Like same kind of like poppy R&B and mathy kind of stuff together. Like I don't know.
Just off rip, like an example that came in my head. I fucking just in general, I love Between the Bear and Me, but I just love like the catalog because I don't think they've really released anything
Right.
that's bad. Just like
It just progressively gets better and better. But
Like-
you definitely have like I'm sure there's areas where you prefer a sound,
yeah,
but you cannot deny that musically they get better and better
Yeah.
and just keep progressing. Like
yeah, totally. Just what I meant is just in general, like self-titled debut,
Yeah.
and then just like most recent shit. And it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like just
Two ends of the spectrum.
progressive. Yeah.
Right.
I feel like the first 3 albums you can put that in its own box, like its own category,
Yeah.
sound, and then you probably take like the next 2, like Colors, and well, they did that fucking cover album, whatever that was. Just kind of disregard that.
It's crazy to think that they've been with that specific lineup for so long now. Like the majority of that time being a band, they've had this lineup, but it's like it still feels to me like, oh, the newest lineup, because they were changing the shit for a while, you know. But they've been this lineup for longer than any lineup in the band. But it just for some reason I'm just like, oh, it's still a new lineup. It's like, but it's the lineup, you know.
Yeah, we just all getting a lot better.
Bring Me the Horizon. And somebody showed me that album. I don't know why, but they were like, dude.
I found it funny that they took the whole the album art from the Thelema
I don't
theory.
even know what that is.
They took
What they took.
it's from Aleister Crowley.
Oh.
It's some symbolism shit, and they just took a piece out of it and made it their album cover.
I feel like that fucking stuff is such a fucking... I feel like it's almost an inside joke against anybody that fucking looks into it, because none of it means anything important, you know what I mean? It's just like creating a key to an empty fucking room, like, you know what I mean? It's just like a way to decipher something on a huge level, but it doesn't go anywhere. It's not actually saying anything, so it's like, all right, cool, you made this real cryptic for me for nothing, dude. Appreciate it.
What the fuck's Bring Me the Horizon? That's a band?
Yeah, it's some shitty band.
That's what you were just talking about?
Well, Brett said it in the chat because we were talking about albums or bands that change their sound over time, and they just released an album. They were like a shitty heavy band, but they released like a electronic album pretty much.
They're trying to go more for like a clean, you know,
They're just trying
radio
to make
sound.
tons of money.
Yeah.
Oh, just break up.
Right.
They really should have, because I mean.
But that's the thing, is they're gonna be bigger than ever right now, considering
Yeah.
how popular that kind of shit is. Like they're just gonna be way bigger for now. It's crazy. Like, I know it. Good
Sad but
move,
true.
like for them, but it's just they've always been a fucking embarrassment to me. So it doesn't matter to me. I'm like, oh, another embarrassing thing they're doing. Like, so it doesn't matter. Like,
No thanks.
Isn't it funny that embarrassing things in music and shit like that really get attention of the masses? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, really, really in your face, like fucking.
I used to get upset about that kind of thing, and then I thought about like, what the fucking people who don't play music get out of music? Like, what are they looking for in it? And it's none of the same stuff I'm looking for. So that makes sense.
They
Right,
just
that's
want
true.
good sounds.
Right.
Just happy. Like,
They're just like, all right. I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's just like, there's no like, I have like tons of filters, dude. Like when I process listening to music, tons of filters that it goes through. And like, it's almost like people that don't play music just don't have any of those. And they're just like, hear a melody and like, I instinctively like or don't like this melody. And I like the song or don't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm just thinking about all kinds of random shit that I shouldn't even care about, dude.
No.
Like, I don't know.
Uh,
Guitar tones and like why
yeah. It's,
previous albums they've released and like, all kinds of shit goes into my head. Like, I don't know.
That was probably the worst part of was bar backing a couple of years ago, whatever. Probably longer than that. It was just the fucking dude,
Top
like,
40 hits, dude. Hitting
like,
you all day.
Getting in
dude.
your head.
Like, look, I've said it before, I'm sure, but I like Bruno Mars.
But I can't
I
hear.
fucking can't listen to that song 5
Right.
times in a 4-hour, you know, with all the other
Sure,
shit.
Uptown Funk you up, dog.
Fucking
Hard.
see ya. You just walk out, I quit. What happened? Fucking music.
Hey, man, we got a small room in here, Brett. Kennan's going to be in all 3 cameras, all right? Fuck it.
Hi, Brett.
No,
He
but
does not like me in all 3 cameras. I can't
It
help
says
it.
I like how.
Oh.
But it's like one of those, I like how.
Oh, okay.
Or it's
I
just
thought
I
it was
like how. Maybe
Yeah, I
she
thought
just
it was
likes
like-
it.
I like how Kennan's in all 3 cameras. That's how I took
They
it.
like Kennan.
I was thinking the other day on also what you were saying about how people that don't make music or don't have, you know, the knowledge of anything musically,
Right.
listening to music. And like I have friends that will admit to me that they're just like, I don't even really like music. And it's
Right.
just like I don't even understand how.
Yeah, you call the
I-
cops at that point.
Yeah, I mean, and, like they like
They
they
got
like
bodies underneath
music
their
and
fucking
stuff, but like they
cellar,
just
dude.
they're not on the same. They don't get what I get or what anybody else gets that enjoys music on a different level gets from it.
Right.
And it's more therapeutic than it is anything, and like people are fucking that have that mentality are just like listening to music just like to listen, to enjoy, like completely different mindset going into it. So
It's like, what do those people listen to when they get in the car, though?
They just whatever
Like,
is on the fucking radio.
Yeah,
right.
bar goers and shit. Like, you wake
Yeah.
up at 7 in the morning, you gotta drive through the fucking snow all depressed. You get in your frozen fucking Escort, and you're on 275, and you turn on the radio finally, and it's fucking Maroon 5, and you're like, fuck yeah.
They
Yeah.
are though.
I like this. I like this song when I go out with my buds at the
Right.
bar and shit, or girlfriends. But I don't know. That's the whole aspect of like country music to me. I feel
Yeah.
like the modern country pop shit is just basically like people who love it and go to like country festivals. It's just like I just love the fucking sounds. It just makes me feel
Right.
good, man. Like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
I can't do that.
I feel like for most people that listen to that, like cannot wrap their head around the fact that people listen to music without lyrics, like instrumental stuff.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they understand that. They're just like, well, where are the words? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like. I feel like that's what mainly the majority of people are listening to when they listen to music. They're listening to hear like something to relate to because they're not relating to guitar tones and like like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. So that makes sense. So like I see why people like I don't know, but and then you hear most of the content of these songs that you hear on the radio, and they're not talking about anything, dude. It's like literally like the worst. There's like no message most of the time.
well, it's a mental disconnection is what they're trying to achieve here, and they're really giving it to them. It's like the people that that don't care for music when they're listening to it, like they just want a mental disconnection.
Right.
Like they're not trying to think. They're just like it's almost like they're just like shutting down and listening to these words and not processing. They're just like,
Right.
ooh, this is pleasing. It's like, just like any other fucking, thing that someone would do to relax and just chill with. But I don't know. It just doesn't. It's hard to see from that perspective. I can't really see
Yeah.
or understand. But I guess I can get it.
Just get fucking hammered.
But
Just listen to
you know
country.
how like say like I don't know. I'm trying to think of like if you were like if you're like a computer repair specialist or something, and like you're in a room and like the computer's not working, what would you think the majority of people do? They'd be like, hey, you work on computers, like you're probably the guy for this, But like most people don't do that with musicians when it comes to what you want to hear as far as music goes.
Yeah.
It's like no matter what, everybody's opinion has the same weight when they're like, no, I don't like this song. I want Maroon 5 on. And it's like, fuck. Like I can't just be like, it sucks. Here's why, because at the end of the day, it is subjective. But if we wrote a list why this person likes this music, and I wrote a list why I think it's bad, my list would be way longer than the reasons this person likes it. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So it's like, at the end of the day, am I validated if I actually were to say all these things? Like, yeah, but like at the end of the day, is it worth it so I could put on music that I like? No. So it's like, all right, I guess I'll just listen to fucking Maroon 5 because you fucking don't know shit about music. Like,
But it's so popular. If it's popular, that means it's good.
that's the thing, right?
How many records has your stupid jazz band sold?
Right.
I don't know.
Where are the words?
It's stupid.
It's the longest intro I've ever heard.
It's like elevator music.
Somebody seriously said that to me. I was just about to say that. I'm playing jazz music,
Right.
and fucking somebody was like 2 tracks in, they're like, "This is elevator music." 1, when's the last time you've been in an elevator that played music?
Right. Those bitches are awkward and quiet as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like if you get into an elevator and you get some jazz, you're lucky. You're lucky. There ain't. Yeah, that's a stupid comparison, really. Elevator music, like when people say like, "Oh, it's boring."
Would you fucking time travel from the 30s?
Are people commenting on that? Babe? Babe. All right. There, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Brett's going off in here, dude. He said, subjectively, I like Lil Pump over Tupac. Tupac's boring.
It's funny. I had,
He said, and I agree. What's the opinions on DMT? Mike from the Dish Tank said, you guys should call the podcast something really edgy, like Slobcast. What the fuck?
You just wear sweatpants too?
Yeah, what is your opinion on DMT?
It was cool. I've done it like three times. It was cool. Just felt like I just like jumped into an Alex Gray painting. That's what it felt like, really. It's like first it felt like, dude. Honestly, the second time I did it, it felt like felt like I was gonna die. Really, to be honest, like I felt like, oh, I want this to be over, and then I realized I was just like tense and holding on, and then I was like, all right, and I like let go, and then it was perfectly fine, and everything was cool. But it's crazy, like if you fight it, you're gonna have a terrible time.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you just have to like, it's like a lesson on letting go and just letting it happen, you know.
I think it's great for any kind of lessons on figuring out what kind of shit you got in your head.
Right.
But yeah, you really spend some time with yourself. I mean, I felt like I was in a boat fucking sailing through my own fucking body. Like just figuring out all this random shit I never needed to know or anything, you know, but no, every time I've done it on the other side, it's always good.
Yeah.
It's not bad. A couple times.
I've never fucked with it. I barely even know what it's all about.
It's just like if you take fucking acid and like compact it into like 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You concentrate it into 2 minutes.
Jesus.
That's what it is, pretty much.
The one and only time I took acid, I took a hit and I went to sleep. And I just woke up tripping.
He said, fuck you, I'm more than just Mike from the Dish Tank. You're right, I'm sorry.
Drugs.
Drugs.
He said, I'm happy we got them talking about DMT. We're about done with that talk, so unless you guys got some more stories.
No.
Nope.
No more
None
DMT.
regarding DMT. Oh yeah,
You were starting to tell a story about how you woke up after you fell
yeah.
asleep on acid. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, so I was basically forced by a friend to take acid.
That sounds like the worst way to
Well,
get into it. But
we had planned it for a while,
right.
and
Don't let anybody force you to take acid. But go on.
I don't know. I didn't have any plans those next two.
You're fucking taking it whether you like it or not.
Open up.
I mean, force as in like, hey, do you want
Pressured.
to? Yeah. And I was like,
pressured.
not really. And she goes, come on, we've been talking about this for like how long? I just came across these. I was like, all right. Took it, and I don't know. We just fell asleep, and I woke up for like 5 minutes. Like I felt fucking sick. Like my face felt all flushed, and like my stomach was upset, and like I rolled around, and there was this glass of water just on the table next to me, and like 15 feet behind it was the window, and it was around 6:37 p.m. So the sun was setting, and it was just hitting that glass, and I was just staring at that glass, and I was like, I feel better. I was like, kind of like I can touch the glass without it. Went back to sleep, woke up, and I was just like in a, like that was the first time, so I didn't know what to really expect, but like overall, it was like a mood changer. Felt good, like mentally felt like just in a good mood, and it was just small things like just noticing stuff, but
it's like the way you think on it is like slightly different. So like the way you see stuff is slightly different. It's like a nice
vibrant.
refreshing change of pace or something. It's like a fucking It's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And it's it's like a different perspective for a minute.
So the big noticeable thing about that night was we went out for dinner and some drinks, tripping, and I couldn't finish one fucking drink. It was just like disgusting. Like I've had this drink before. I was just like fucking, and then I ended up reading a while later that one of the founders of AA actually tried supplementing early stages of LSD as like to help alcoholics to
Wean off.
Yeah. And just they were like, because he took the LSD like in the early 60s. And it was like he was a co-founder of AA. And that whole part of AA is just like, we're going to forget about that part.
Right.
How that co-founder
Right.
was like, hey, we should really try this for, recovery and stuff. And they're like, no.
I'm
But
sure
it
it
was this
helps.
Jesus stuff.
Because every time I'm fucking on any hallucinogen, I'm like, I feel like I fucking drank more water. Like I'm like I want to eat better. Like
yeah, you're
when I'm,
way
like,
more conscious of your
right.
decisions and like you feel.
And how things make you feel. Like if I fucking drink, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like nothing is better than water when I'm tripping. Like and like I don't know. I don't want to eat like shitty food. And
I had my doubts taking LSD because I like associated it with mushrooms, and I had a really bad experience with mushrooms. Is when I came over your house and Matt almost like I thought he was dying.
yeah,
He just started seizing out, and
yeah.
within like 3 minutes of me.
We
being
had no, my buddy and I were fucking tripping, and Kenan was coming over. So for some reason, I was like, "Hey, dude, let's just not tell him." I was like, "Let's just keep it to ourselves. We won't tell him we're tripping, and we'll just be hanging out." He was like, "All right." I don't know if that got to him trying to like hide it or what, but like we were listening to fucking Beethoven's Fifth, dude, and that started to get.
Oh.
It's like a crazy dark
Perfect,
build up
yeah.
weird fucking song, you know, and like he's like it's like peaking in the song, dude, and all of a sudden he starts like literally shaking and like kicking his feet, and I start like kind of laughing. And I'm like laughing, and then I realize he's actually having a seizure, and he's like fully seizing up, and I'm tripping. I'm trying to like process that, and Kenan's like, I look at Kenan, and he's like not tripping, trying to process that. So I was like, oh man, I was like, Kenan, we're tripping right now, and I don't really know what to do. He's like seizing and shit. He kicked his shoes off and everything.
You know what I did?
What'd you do?
I waited for him to come to.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
I didn't know
all
what to do. I'm not
Right.
gonna-
That's probably your best bet,
Yeah.
honestly. I mean, you don't want to fuck with someone having a seizure.
Yeah. It was scary though. Fucking while you're tripping, dude, just watching your boy seize out.
I can fucking imagine, dude. That sounds like a
I remember
nightmare.
you were tripping, and I remember you laughing when he was seizing out, and I just remember like being like looking at you, and you were laughing. I like looked at him, and I'm like, I don't know if we should be laughing right now.
And that's when I was like, oh, like he's fucking tripping, or he's actually seizing rather. Oh, I was like, I should fucking probably say something. So maybe somebody who's could be responsible can be. So I just said it. But he came to 2, and then he left all weird. He was all fucking.
I shit my pants. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, he probably did.
You didn't have to tell us you shit your pants. You could just be like, yo, I gotta like just leave. Yeah, that was weird.
Speaking of shrooms, did some mushrooms with Brett recently, and well, it was a handful of friends, and Brett just had this look on his face the whole time, man. It was priceless. It was actually kind of scaring me for a little while, but I got over it.
Was it a look of
It was a look of
why am I doing this?
It was just concern.
Right.
It was like I'm having a good time, but I'm also concerned, and I like I said, it got to me at first, but then I had to ignore it. I didn't know what else to do, and it got to a point where we were all just smoking out in my car, and shit was just getting weird. One of my other friends was just saying a bunch of weird shit, like talking in weird voices and just being
Right.
extra weird.
On purpose?
Kind of on purpose, but you know how shit
Playing
gets.
it up.
Yeah, like it was getting all fucking funny and weird, and then Brett was just like, "All right, man, gotta go." Just fucking. He just fucking. That was it.
Yeah.
That was.
And he bailed.
He bailed. He went home and had a good night though, but it was just
Casey bailed too, right?
yeah. It was a small hotel room, and there was like 7 people, in this small hotel room tripping on mushrooms.
And people just throwing conversations everywhere and shit. Like,
yeah, dude, it was
talking
fucking
around
crazy.
each other and shit.
Yeah.
How long is a trip for mushrooms? Like, how long does that bitch last?
It's like 6 hours probably.
It depends. It varies.
I don't know. I couldn't fucking sleep for the life of me when I took acid.
Yeah, I have a hard time falling asleep after that stuff too.
Yeah, the come down itself, it feels like it's probably a quarter of the trip. Like just trying to fucking put the pieces of your brain back together and shit. Trying to.
What, mushrooms and acid, or just
Yeah,
one of
well,
them?
the mushrooms come down was real quick, and that felt short too. I only tripped for like 3-4 hours, but my perspective on time felt like I was tripping for 8 hours, but it was really like 3. And then once I was done tripping on mushrooms, it was just like done. Like
Right.
it was like it wasn't acid. It's kind of like you have a kind of
slow burn, fade
yeah.
away.
Yeah, you feel it fuzzing off.
Yeah. I just remember people saying that mushrooms is kind of like the dirty cousin of acid.
That's how it felt to me sometimes, man. Like, I don't even know if that's really like an accurate depiction, but I just feel like, I don't know, from my experience, most of my trips on mushrooms, there's more points where like confusion sets in when I'm tripping hard than when I'm on acid. Like, I feel like I can better manage everything that's going on around me on acid for some reason. But I think that might just be me though.
I mean, a big
Yeah,
part
I
too
feel
has got
that,
to
though.
be how you go into a trip.
What's up?
A big part
Oh,
of how
yeah.
you feel, how gross or whatever. Taking mushrooms is just a mental aspect, or either maybe your diet.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, I've considered
That's probably a
mold
huge
and
part
all
of it.
that.
Right,
I mean,
like maybe the shrooms had mold on them. maybe?
Yeah, because I've had different levels of stomach aches on mushrooms, but I always get a stomach ache at some point.
Right.
But I've had ones where my trip was pretty much, no stomach ache, and then I've had ones where I was either gonna throw up or shit
Right.
at any point.
Yeah, I've had that too. I've had where it hits me the next day. I feel like every time I take shrooms, I get some gnarly dumps the next day, dude.
What's the association with orange juice and mushrooms? Is that like a...
I guess like
A
the
thing?
vitamins. I think it's a vitamin C thing. It's supposed to like heighten the hallucinations, I guess. I don't know if it's actually true, but I always like drank orange juice when I got shrooms and shit. Like, I think ritualistically, kind of at some point, but I don't know if it actually helps or anything. But it's one of those things that I've heard and just do.
Yeah, they go well together actually. It's
Right.
weird.
I was gonna say, does it have anything to do with like how orange juice is like acidic, and just how what I've heard is mushrooms aren't very tasty?
Right. That might be part of it too. I've been fucking
Just season them.
Right. The issue with them is like they're dried, so like they stick in your teeth and shit, and they're just like,
Yeah, we dusted them last time.
yeah, that's good for. It's good for making it hit you quick, but it goes away quicker when you do it like that, dude. It's like
That makes sense.
yeah.
That's why that was the shortest mushroom trip I've ever had.
people do that where they grind it up like what you did, but they put it in like a shot of like pure lemon juice, because something about the acidity with like that makes it hit you so much quicker, like the actual
That sounds
like
fun.
actual lemon juice, so it hits you super quick, but it like dies real quick too. It's
Yeah.
like a I don't know what. Yeah, fucking like it punches it up or something. Like, it's weird.
It sounds
I've
better.
never actually done it, but it's a thing that people do for sure.
I don't care for the extended amount of time. I start after a while it starts to fucking lose its interest, and I
Right.
start to kind of just want to feel normal.
Yeah, you start getting the feeling back in your hands, and you're just like, oh man, I'm about to be home.
Just realizing I'm a total fucking dork, but has anybody ever died from mushrooms? And if so, do you think it's from like just fucking poisoning? Because it's just like
Right. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm
let's
sure
like
you can kill yourself from eating.
kill
those.
yourself,
Right.
yeah. Just hallucinating too hard, and you're just like,
Right. Well, I'm sure you could probably kill yourself from eating too many too. Is what I'm saying. I'm
From
sure you
poisoning.
could poison yourself to
Yeah.
death with them.
I feel like that'd be the highest related death, is just somebody taking too much, hallucinating too hard, and just over like
doing
obviously
something stupid.
Yeah.
Right.
like they're at a frat party and they're just like
Jump
just
off the balcony. Like,
Those were portobellos, man.
Yeah,
Like, he just fucking...
I had a friend that ate some mushrooms and was watching TV, and he got some kind of weird messages from the TV he was watching in his mushroom mind, you know. And so he ran from those messages and straight up started booking through this neighborhood. And they didn't realize that this homie was gone for like an hour or two. And then so they decided to hop on some bikes, go look for him. And they're riding around. They found him like a half mile from the house, and he was hanging from his pants from a fence, just hanging there, like helpless.
Oh, no.
He tried to hop the fence, and he got stuck by his pants.
The classic.
Damn.
He was probably like, saw his friends come up. He's like, just leave me. This is actually pretty
Right. You know
comfortable."
what? I was just starting to figure some shit out.
Yeah,
over here, guys.
I'm in a good place. Leave me.
That's probably where he found his good place, because honestly, he was running for a second, and
Yeah.
then he got caught up on that fence, and he seemed content hanging there from a fence
Just
from his
the
pants.
autumn breeze hitting his balls. He's like, oh, all right. Hey. They should just legalize every drug.
Mm-hmm.
With the, can you imagine that?
Just figure it out. You guys got this.
I mean, natural selection.
Yeah, Darwinism. Like, if heroin's legal tomorrow, I'm not gonna be like, all right,
You know
let's
what?
fucking,
Give me some of that heroin.
about fucking time.
That's the sad part of this. I feel like some people would though. Like, you know what I mean? I think all it takes is like, I think that stigma that it being illegal has is what is the biggest deterrent for like most, I don't know, people. I feel like most people like, I don't know. How am I trying to word this? Like,
It's like, it's fucking, so yeah, like you're saying is heroin or cocaine, it's illegal, and people are like, it kind of drives people to do it more. Some people
Right.
like to want to do it,
right.
and then they just end up in
But
their
there's
own
a
hole.
huge number of like good, normal
Yeah.
people that like are like, oh no, like it's illegal. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna think about that. But like, I don't know. Say like, if it was legalized today, the next generation would have no like conception of like that being the stigma of it, other than like, I don't know, word of mouth of the actual addiction of it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But I feel like it'd be way less of a stigma. Maybe people would. I don't know.
Let them figure it out.
Yeah, with things being legal, you know, it makes it, like you said, it makes it normal for people to
That's
go.
what I'm saying. Like,
and-
people were buying fucking heroin out of the Sears catalog and shit. Like, you know what I mean? In the early days.
and like that shit's just normal.
Right,
And like people
people-
got that shit so twisted. And,
Right.
like, if it's legal, then all of a sudden it becomes fine.
Right.
And if it's illegal, then it's not. And it's just like that's their moral
Right.
guidelines.
That's where, yeah, they don't explore beyond that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really let the law determine if it made me want to do something or whatever. It was just like we were talking about, like if heroin was legal tomorrow, if I didn't do it before, why am I gonna be like, oh, thank God, it's finally legal?
right,
Like,
right. They're waiting for this day.
But I know there's gonna be like some like,
That's like somebody not smoking weed this whole time until just recently. Like,
yeah,
I've been waiting, dude. It's
And
illegal.
those people are
Right.
they're out there, man.
Right.
They're out there.
Older people that probably like, I was thinking about that. Like older people that are like, get introduced to the idea that it's now legal. They're like, whoa, like, all right, I'll try it. There's probably a ton of older people that
Yeah.
never smoked weed that are gonna, you know,
it's good for their arthritis.
right. Brett said people want to do it because it's illegal. Yeah, so a certain part
Yeah,
of the population for sure.
what are you gonna do? I don't know. I mean, it's weird. Like just coming in my head, I feel like not a majority. I don't know. Like some people, if they were like, "Hey, cocaine, mushrooms, LSD's fully legal now," and they'd be like, "Oh, I've never really." There was a time in college I fucked with them, but
Right.
I'm not gonna start doing it recreational now.
Right.
But I bet if you said, "Hey, murder's illegal for a little bit," they'd be like, "Well, that's disturbing."
Right.
And then they're just like,
Some fucking plot of the purge or
they're
whatever.
like,
In my case.
well, just how wacky humans are. Like, hey man, marijuana's illegal.
Are they still making purge movies?
Probably, man. I think they just released one not too long ago.
It's funny, they're just gonna keep going with that shit.
It's just, dude, I could tell by the first one of those movies that was gonna be that franchise. That's the next one. It's just they're just gonna keep pumping them out. Just because, like, I don't know, it's on the same level as that, like, that idea that most people are just, oh, that's a cool idea, but it's like, I don't know, it's kind of fucking hacky, really.
Yeah, it's an idea also where you can just be like, well, let's do it. We did The Purge. Now let's just
Right, so
throw
from
a different, different label on it, different,
different.
whatever's
Just
going
a
on
different perspective
culturally
somewhere
or
else,
something
right.
bullshit. Like they
Right.
had that Election Day one or some shit
did
where,
they?
but they just throw some weird shit on top of the same movie they just made, and then boom, we got another Purge.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a recipe that, like, allows for a lot of stuff. Like, you could just write a lot of stuff in that little idea. Like,
It's funny because whenever that happens, whenever someone gets an idea like that, where it's such an idea that you can manipulate and do the same thing over and over and over again,
right.
they fucking do it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they beat it. They beat it like a fucking
Right.
dead horse, man. They just run it back. So
I've never seen any of them. Who was in the first one? Wasn't it was it Kevin Bacon?
Nah. Was there anybody?
I think it was Kevin Bacon actually.
Really? I'm about to look because I'm curious now.
Speaking of Kevin Bacon and kind of like horror movies, that one movie, fuck, what was it called? It was from the guy that made like Saw
Oh, it's
One.
Ethan Hawke.
Oh, fuck, same guy.
Yeah. I feel like Ethan Hawke and Mark McGrath are brothers or something.
And Mark McGrath and Ethan Hawke are cousins of. I just lost it. Fuck. It'll come back to me like
Alright.
tomorrow. But yeah, Kevin Bacon was in the guy who wrote and directed the first Saw and that Dead Silence movie. They made it.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was called, but it was like pretty good, like gory, kind of like vendetta. Like he was basically like a Charles Bronson, like Death Wish kind of movie.
Right.
Like his son was murdered by a gang, and it was very violent. But
What movie was this?
I forget. I can't remember
Right.
the title of it, but I think it was like a remake. Fuck. Well, whoever the guy that wrote Dead Silence and Saw One, he
Right.
did that shit. I think it was an Asian guy,
Here, I'll look it up. Fuck it.
not John Woo.
First Saw came out in 2004. James Wan.
Yeah. I think the Kevin Bacon movie's like 2009, 2010.
Is it a horror movie?
No, it's like a action kind of like just a violent action movie. Maybe just look up Kevin Bacon.
Oh yeah, because it could not be by this guy. Hollow Man. 2009.
Somewhere around there. Fuck.
I don't know, man. Death sentence? That
Yeah,
could-
that's
gotta
it.
be it. Kevin Bacon. He's in a. Dude, Brett's wild, dude.
What did he say?
Said Kevin Bacon was never in Tremors. It's bullshit. Tremors 6 just came out, guys.
Do they still have that same one guy in it with the mustache, and the baseball cap? He was like in every single one.
Maybe it's Tremors 5. There's gotta be there's a newer one. I know there's a newer one.
Just 5 in the title of a movie.
Right.
Fucking A.
A Cold Day in Hell.
Yeah, that's that guy. Yeah, he's just fucking rolling with it.
Is this MJ? Oh, that's from Rod. He's not even a fucking star.
He's like a fucking gun fanatic and shit.
The fuck?
What was that noise?
Steam.
Steam?
It's like a game fucking program thing. It's like a, I don't know. Anyways, Jamie Kennedy is in fuck. Oh yeah, that's how I know about it. Because I saw him on Bobby Lee's podcast talking about it. Yeah, I watched the Jamie Lee episode. Or Jamie, the fuck is his name, dude? Kennedy.
Hey, Anthony, you wanna light that blunt up over there?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen two gorillas fight?
No.
No, it was there a video?
Yeah, I sent you the link through
yeah,
your
you
messenger. Pull it up.
2 gorillas fighting.
Let me get this going.
What a perfect video to watch as we fucking spark this blunt.
Is there audio? Yeah.
Dude, fuck that. Like anywhere near those animals.
Damn!
Dude.
Any one of those blows hit any human, dude.
Oh, just dead. Destroyed. What do you...
That
you
lady
hear
in the
lady?
back needs to shut up. Let
Get
him
the
scrap.
zookeepers. He's gonna go in there with a dart gun with his short ass fucking shorts.
Oh, I don't want my kid to see that. But I'm perfectly fine with it seeing it and captured and not able to leave.
Get the zookeeper.
That one was protecting the people. You see that? The other one's like going at the glass, and this one stops it, dude.
Oh.
We got a hero on our hands here.
Yeah. Oh, that was like an uppercut.
I know. He almost put him in a fucking little headlock. You see that?
It's like he throws a straight right and then an uppercut. Right there. It dropped him.
Dude, I want to see Joe Rogan commentate this fight, dude.
We got a southpaw.
He talks about this kind of shit all the time.
They actually have. They got some good stance on that.
Yeah. It's a southpaw gorilla.
This one looks like it was trained by Machida, dude. It just gets in and out real quick. Dude, this must happen often, dude, because the gorilla running at the glass keeps looking back at the other gorilla, like. Then he's like, "Dog!" Like, he's like, "Come on, dog!" Damn, he did drop him.
Yeah,
though,
he
dude.
dropped.
He like,
He throws like that nice right cross, follows up with the uppercut.
wow.
He grabbed the back of his head too. He's like, ugh.
Boom.
He's like, you don't want any, dude. You're done. Going over here.
Kid in the back said that was awesome.
Get the zookeeper.
Bears fighting too is pretty fucking gnarly because they actually pull like
Somebody get a wild star.
they like roll. It's weird. Yeah,
This one?
yeah, I think it's that one. Oh no, the one underneath that previously. Yeah.
I don't know what is behind the camera, but I feel like they're way too close.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, dude, look at that fucking thing, dude. What a fucking beast.
Just so majestic.
This is intense.
Just fur going everywhere.
Just biting each other's faces, dude. You see that?
Yeah.
Eh,
Dude. Okay. Oh,
Damn,
you
dude.
go right into guard.
You see the sweep?
Yeah.
I don't even know how it got the leverage. It looked like the other one pulled guard. The other one pulled guard,
Yeah.
dude.
Interesting. Yeah. Gets a hold of him and just throws his weight. That's funny.
Why do you want volume, dude? It's just fucking white noise.
You can hear the river.
Do you want to hear the sweet sounds of the river? What if that one just takes a shit, dude, right now?
Oh, I think they
that'd
do.
be awesome.
I think they do as they like fight.
Oh,
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
That was close, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, wow.
There's your,
Damn.
Dude, I asked. Oh, my God, dude.
there's your
Straight
Dukesters.
shitting on him.
Hell yeah, dude.
Dude, look at that bottom bear just
He's like, gross,
Not-
dog.
not passing guard. Like, you gotta stop. You just shit.
Babe, look at this. Babe, look at this.
Oh my god!
That's what happens. That's what happens.
You can see the little patches of hair just missing.
Oh, don't put him in it.
No.
Oh. Oh, he ain't letting that happen, dude. Don't you pull guard now, buddy. That one is so much bigger
Yeah,
than
was
that
the one on the left? Or now?
The one on the right
Yeah.
now, yeah.
Look at its right hind leg.
I can't remember which one was the one on the right first, though.
The one with the giant patch of fur missing.
That one?
Yeah, on the
smaller
left.
one?
Yeah,
The one that pooped.
The
the big boy.
big one, yeah.
Is that a power move?
I think so. That's definitely a power move.
Couldn't pass guard on that little bear.
No, you gotta watch
He's
out for my
backing
shit.
him up, too.
The fuck out of here.
You're like, yo, dude.
Yeah, and I ate your salmon too, bitch.
What's this, Brett? It better be fucking good.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, no, dude.
What is this?
Oh, no.
Oh my god, I just read it. The move.
It's like a fucking deer or something, dude. Fuck. Should we show this?
That's fucked up.
It's nature. Sort of. Call the zookeeper.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah. Where is this?
Fuck. The circle of life, dude. Dude, I'm done. I'm sorry,
Brett.
guys. I don't know why that affects me more than seeing actual people die. Like, that affects me way more than just seeing other, like, I don't know.
You mean like when people get murdered by animals, or just?
No,
in
I don't
general?
know. I think that I'd seen that video, which I guess, I don't know if it's actually real, but that dude getting attacked by the lion.
From like the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fake as shit.
Yeah, but like I remember that making me feel the same way, but like probably worse actually. So yeah, I don't know. People getting, I don't know, something about like the helplessness, dude. Like that gets to me, dude.
When it comes to animals attacking humans, probably
I
80.
can justify and be like, that guy might be a piece of shit, dude.
Not even that. In my mind, when I see something like, or a news article, man attacked by tigers, it's like,
So
all right,
what you doing with it over there with them tigers?
What was that guy doing with the tiger?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Like, you get yourself in that situation, you gotta understand that like outcome is always possible. Like the zookeepers,
Right.
No. So I don't even really feel bad when it comes like that. Or they're going on a safari hunt and just a fucking elephant tips their jeep and
Yeah.
crushes their head. It's
I
like,
saw one where
alright.
these people were outside of their car on like a safari. It was like I don't know if it was a safari, but like in some fucking area. They're outside of their car with these fucking, I don't remember if they were mountain lions, like tigers or what, cougars or something, some kind of big ass cat. And they were like starting to surround them. The girl had her baby and shit outside the car, just looking at these things. They started to like stalk her. I was like, I don't know, dude.
It's fucked.
Barely got in the car in time and shit. I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, I saw a video of, I think it was in China. It was like drive your own car through, or I don't know if your own car or the park's car, but drive through it and you just see wildlife and stuff. And it was like a tiger, like, area. For some reason, the person driving just like got out of the car,
right.
and the passenger went to go chase the tiger, like, I don't know, scare the tiger. And the passenger ended up getting mauled to death while the driver was the one that was like, I can't remember exactly why she got out of the car, but just I felt so bad. Like that instinct, I felt bad. You save your stupid friend, I guess, from a tiger.
That's funny, Brett.
Oh, it's Brett's favorite movie.
He was like, try this one out.
Hey, you should pull up that Dr. Phil skit of that kid talking about smoking weed for his first time. I think that'd be appropriate right now. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, that and the hobo fist fight, the hobo fight guy.
Second one down. Yeah.
That shirt. I thought he was gonna say something brutal, like, I'll fucking kill you, Mom.
Yeah, I see that, Brett. I don't know what that's about.
What?
Desktop audio isn't working now.
Oh. You see how far away that got from smoking weed though in the beginning? He just thought it was about him smoking weed for the first time, and then
Yeah.
it just got into like him choking his doctor, and like it got so far away from him smoking weed and having that problem there.
Yeah. Like, don't blame your doctor because you're a fucking psychopath.
Well, it all stemmed. He was on the episode because smoking weed one time changed his life.
Oh. Well, I don't know. Just give him some Xanax. Tell him to relax.
It's not that deep.
Smoking.
Desktop audio isn't working right now for some reason.
Is that bad?
It means like any like sound coming from the computer, like the videos and stuff, it's just not coming through to the stream for some reason.
Oh shit.
Rats.
Stray away from the YouTube videos for the rest of this one.
Yep.
Turn your volume up, Brett.
I don't know why it's not working. It was working at the beginning. I already clicked that link, Brett. I know what it is. I actually already said something to you about it.
I'm gonna use the bathroom smoke real quick. Be right back.
All right.
Is Brett, are you working right now?
No, I don't think he's working.
All right, take my spot, Brett.
Oh yeah, I've seen this before. But I mean, there's not a point to do it if there's no audio.
What is it?
What is super quiet? The desktop audio? Or all of the audio?
Yo, can I get a little bit more reverb on my voice? Anything? I really wish we could just have some on the spot vocal effects.
Yo.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Do you want this?
No. Anyways.
I'm good. Hey, can you make it sound like I'm at the bottom of a very small pool?
Maybe. Hold on. Keep talking.
Alright, let's see here. Hopefully, eventually, I'm going to be at the bottom of a very small pool. Anything? No?
Keep going.
What about now? Oh shit. A little bit. Wait for it. Deep space. Boom, boom, boom.
Whoa.
Yes.
The fuck are we doing?
Fuck. Alright,
Anyways.
that was fun.
Let's see what Larry's got over here. All right. I don't know why.
What's up, dog?
That was cool. But it doesn't matter because you guys couldn't hear it.
It's my dog.
Yo, are the levels good though? Can you hear us, Brett? Or is it like quiet as shit? Oh, it just stopped. That person answered me. I saw the end, dude. Good lord. I just watched it, Larry.
Worth it.
Anticlimactic. Yeah, the desktop, something's wrong. It's like not working right now. I don't know why. But it is not working. It was working earlier. That white noise is coming through hard, though.
Uh,
I can see it on the fucking...
I was actually coming through.
I
Like,
can see it on the line in. It's a little bit better.
So what's up, man? How
Oh,
long have we been? How long we been running this now?
Hour and 40.
Damn.
What are we gonna like shoot for? 2?
Down for that?
I think Ken's taking a dump in there.
Yeah, he said he had Taco Bell before I picked him up.
Alright.
So he actually said he had a shit when I picked him up. So he's probably
Here's the
fucking
time.
loading it up.
I should have put a fucking bathroom can in there, dude. Be silly. Yeah, I'll have to fix the desktop issue. I don't know what the fuck that is.
We'll get it right.
Yeah. Is that Mike Bell up in the chat? What up?
Yo. So yeah, what's good, man? What you been up to?
Not shit. Fucking been playing the new Resident Evil.
Still running that one?
Yeah, I didn't play it last time. I
Oh.
I think I barely played it.
Alright.
Or I hadn't yet. Can't remember which one. Maybe I was.
Well, 'cause I remember you bringing up the fact that you didn't get the sounds you wanted because
Oh yeah. Because
You
you have to
get
pay the extra fucking
bullshit.
money. Yeah. I ended up getting them.
You paid the extra money to get it.
I wanted them.
It's just those
I
noises.
paid an extra fucking $10 to get the old sound effects, the menu sound effects for a Resident Evil game. That's fucking pretty sad. But they knew what the fuck they were doing, putting that on the
Yeah.
package for.
It's weird though.
costs more.
Yeah, that's definitely something new they're doing.
And they do shit like that all the time. Games to do now when they release
Stupid
games,
selling nostalgia shit, kind of.
and or just different tiers of like how you can buy the game. Buy the normal game for $60 or buy like gold edition for $80, and there's some extra bullshit that doesn't mean anything. But that's how they're making tons of money. People just eat that shit up for some reason.
That's how records are too nowadays. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, like they just like. What do you mean?
You go to a record store and you can find an album, and it's just normal album, $15 or so, $12, and then deluxe version of the same album. That
It's got some fucking
comes with-
pictures or some shit with it.
comes with like
Extra
a
art.
like a picture on the vinyl. Comes in a different sleeve, different art.
My
Kinda
phone.
collector shit.
My phone's dead, Larry. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, people want to have like the most you can get or whatever, so people will spend that extra money. So I guess I can't blame gaming companies for doing grimy shit like that, but as long as it doesn't like affect like gameplay, it doesn't bother me. Like the
Right.
stuff they give you, you know?
But it's funny that you paid the extra for those noises.
Yeah. Well, it gives you other shit like outfits and shit, but I didn't even look at them or anything. I don't even know what they are.
What?
Talking about the new Resident Evil game.
Oh yeah.
I paid there's a $60 version and there's a $70 version with like extra bullshit.
Yeah.
And I was playing and I saw somebody on Twitch playing it, and they had like the old school Resident Evil menu sounds, just like classic sound effects, you know. I was like, what the fuck? How do they have that? And I realized it was in the $70 version. So
Yeah.
I paid the $10 to get those sounds, dude.
Got you.
Brett just
Let's
texted
step
me
out
that.
real quick.
I could try to figure it out. Yeah. Well, hold on. Keep talking. Oh, he bailed, so I'll figure it out once he gets back.
I had Taco Bell today, and it was feeling pretty rough coming over. Like, my brother was like, "Hey, you want some lunch?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Whatever, man. Whatever's on your way." It's his day off. He had to like do a bunch of shit. he's like texting me, hey, I'm outside. I got your lunch. I'm like, all right, cool. I went outside. He rolled down his window, his tinted windows. And then just the first thing I saw was this just brown bag of Taco Bell. And it was just kind of like, thank you.
Thanks.
I smashed and, oh my God, dude. Like,
What did he get you?
Crunchwrap Supreme.
I don't really like Crunch Wraps, dude.
It's, I don't.
It's whatever. It's all the same,
it's
but
fucking something. And then 2 double deckers, man. And like I don't go light when I eat Taco Bell. Just in general, I'm not like I just have a soft taco supreme and cinnamon twist.
right.
It's just like
Take a cheesy gordita crunch, please.
oh yeah, and just instantly felt like shit. And this was around noon. And then when he picked me up to come over here, I think I interrupted him saying something. I was like, I told him what I'm telling you about having Taco Bell. I was like, dude, I just hope like 20 minutes in the podcast, I'm like, I gotta use the bathroom. The poop cast.
Yeah. Fucking you were gone for a while. I was like, he must be taking a dump in there.
Oh, it went away. The guilt's still there, but it went away. And I think that's a good thing that like when you eat that shit, the fast food bullshit, and you feel like instantly like garbage, I feel that's like good in a way that like you've been eating decent.
Right.
And then now you have this garbage, and you're just like,
can realize. Yeah.
like I'm not fucking making
problem
smoothies
is
at home, but
Like I don't know. I like eat too much fast food. The problem is I like it, unfortunately.
now they have Grubhub, and now it's like, well,
Right.
Not to mention, Taco Bell has the nacho fries back.
Oh, yeah, I saw
dude,
that.
They're
I like those. They're tight.
good.
Yeah.
They're good.
I honestly like them better when I don't eat them and then I fucking heat them up in the toaster oven. That's my favorite, dude.
okay.
Okay.
Because they actually get crisp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like fucking.
They are sogged out most of the time,
Yeah.
but they're just good.
Yeah.
They just
I'll
have
eat
good
them
taste.
sogged out too, really.
Yeah.
But
That's how Taco Bell goes.
Pizza's a tricky one. You can't just throw leftover pizza in the microwave.
yeah, I throw it in the microwave for like 4 seconds and then I put it in the toaster oven and finish it, dude. Gets
I've-
it nice and crisp.
I've never done this, but I've heard that like the best way to reheat pizza is like almost
On a
using
pan?
like a pan
Yeah,
and just
covering it.
and just then almost like baking instead of
Yeah.
waiting for the fucking
Yeah,
oven.
and the fucking bottom of the crust gets all crisp too.
Yeah, I think you
It's
just
tight.
add a little bit of water or something.
It's tight. I've done it.
I just eat whole pizza so I don't have to worry about that later.
Bang bang. It settles that. Just eat it all first time.
They give you I know like Domino's and I think Pizza Hut, when you custom your pizza, like if you want it well done, if you don't want flavored crust, there's an option where you don't have to cut it. You can request like, yeah, don't cut my pizza. Who's doing that? Just
Right.
rolling up.
Right. What do you do with an uncut pizza? They should have an option that says actually cut it all the way, so I don't have to fucking rip the ends off every time.
I've had a pizza delivery driver. She was like 74, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I've just giving me a heads up. Open the door," and just gave me a heads up. She's like, the weather's bad. It's raining outside. She's old, and she's like, somebody slammed on my brakes, and I had to pump on mine, and the pizza bag kind of shot forward. She didn't say shot forward. She put it lighter, so I wouldn't be concerned, I guess.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, that's no problem. That's fine. She's like, yeah, so next time you order pizza, we'll give you one on the house. And right then I was like, what?
How bad
Did
is
you
it?
open the pizza? And you saw it and you were just like, uh-oh.
Right.
So I obviously opened the pizza. Dude. Fucking pizza, like from right to left, let's say, the toppings were all on the left. And there was just like skid marks, like if somebody like
Could you pull it back? Did you try?
tried with a fork. But I always order my pizzas well done, just so they hold better.
Right.
It didn't even matter at this point. Like the cheese on the right side sliding to the left side looked like if somebody fell off like a motorcycle going like 90 and just like skid marks. Like it was just, I don't know. It was,
All cooled to one side, probably.
yeah.
That's rough.
like you pumped on the brakes a little bit.
Sounds like she full blown dropped that motherfucker, dude.
She's like, oh,
She probably did.
fuck. Like, she already got her tip because I paid with my card. So I'm just like, I tip them with that on the card. And she's like,
Hey, at least she told you, man. You know, she could have just gave you the
Right.
pizza, and you. I mean, most of the time you're not gonna check the pizza, you know, before you give them the money. You just give them the cash and take the
Yeah.
box, and you expect the pizza in there.
she put it very lightly. Like, she's like, I don't know, maybe one slice flipped over or something. I was like, yeah, no worries.
Instead of just saying it was completely fucked.
Yeah, I opened it and it was like, look what they did to my boy. They murdered him.
I'm sorry, your pizza's completely fucked.
It's a pizza? It's just too convenient to eat like shit.
What was on the pizza? Do you remember?
I don't know. It was kind of like identifying a fucking body or something. Like, is this him? Well, I think it was just like, it was from Cottage Inn. I remember now. It was like tomatoes, spinach, and feta. And it just,
It's a runny pizza in the first place.
yeah,
I can only imagine.
just fucking soaked cardboard box.
I had some. I had a cold slice today this afternoon of Little Caesars, and it was a jalapeno and mushroom from Little Caesars, and I've never had anything but just hot and ready.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never gotten the options from
You have
there.
toppings here?
I didn't even was unaware. But I had a cold slice today, and it was good. I mean, it was. I don't give Little Caesars enough credit. It's shitty.
When
pizza.
you order an actual pizza like that, it is much better
Yeah.
than a hot and ready.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just ends up being better.
It's weird, Little Caesars. I always have this opinion that like leftovers better than when you actually get it, unless you
Right.
do get like your custom pizza, not
Right.
hot ready. But as far as hot ready, like,
It's rare that you get a good hot and ready.
yeah,
It's most of them are like half cooked and shit. Like,
yeah, nobody gets toppings beside, like, nobody customizes a fucking Little Caesars pizza because toppings are like $4 or something.
right.
I feel like it's just expensive. Like, oh, you want mushrooms? It's $8. Like,
Right.
what?
Right.
You're gonna use two
So
mushrooms.
So you're monopolizing the
are
hot
these?
readies. Oh no, you have the option to get toppings. It's just gonna be $40. Or you're gonna have a hot and ready. Like, you guys got a quota to meet?
Quota.
Quota.
Got a quota.
Quota. Yes.
Who's
You
got a
got
quota?
Quota.
Anybody out there got a quota? I got 45. I'm out of
Quota.
weed. Desperate attempt. No, I'll find some on
Fucking
the way
starving.
home, I'm sure, dude.
I might fucking get some Taco Bell now that you fucking brought up your misery about it.
It wouldn't change anything about it. It would happen. You couldn't really, like, even if the Grubhub driver, or not the Grubhub driver, but my brother slammed on the brakes. One, he wouldn't tell me. Two, I wouldn't even be able to tell with Taco Bell's. Like, oh, that's how they wrapped it.
Right. Yeah, for real.
Can't. They roll blunts all day. They can't wrap a
Yeah, I
burrito.
saw that meme too.
Yeah. I don't know. That's that. But when it comes to fast food, garbage, Taco Bell's probably
Top end.
top of the trash can, I guess.
I'm trying to get some Del Taco. I wish there was one more
Del Taco.
approachable. Yeah. Closest one's like Telegraph, I think. That's not
Telegraph
really
and
worth it.
Ford.
At that point, you got so many options on your way there. It's just like you're really driving for Del Taco.
Right.
I haven't had a Del Taco in a
Yeah,
long
it's
time.
like, dude. What are we doing?
I'll tell you what I won't ever have again is I'll never go to El Racho's.
Really?
The quote unquote Brazilian steakhouse that we went to.
You would never go again? I was thinking about going again, dude. I
$55
want to try
or
it.
something like that.
You're right, though, dude. It was a
55
terrible
bucks.
experience for that. Maybe if I got like a coupon.
Did you guys go late in the night?
No, it was like but it was like a random ass day, like a Tuesday or something, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was a weekday,
Yeah.
early in the week. I mean,
Go on like Friday at like 6 or something, sometime when it's actually prime or earlier. When
Right.
shit's fresh. It's kind of hard to gauge things like that, especially when they're giving you all that food.
But it's like I'm a little bit more wisdom about the process now. I'm always gonna ask for a rare piece,
yeah.
Yeah.
and like, you know, because they'll cut you the fucking bullshit if you don't say anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Cut you
what-
some well done fucking piece.
So
of
you gotta
right,
mention the fact
right.
that you don't want that well done.
right? Because like they come over with the shit on the table, so
No.
you know what I mean?
on the fucking skewer, and they give you the little fucking appetizer tongs. And as soon as he starts cutting, they're like, yeah, hold on to it when Isaac's cutting, and you just take your piece. Every fucking piece when he was cutting, it was just gray, like
Right.
lamb or
Right.
fucking beef, and it was just like, all right, maybe the next round.
Yeah, it was a bad experience for sure. Maybe like I would like to go to another one of those deals, like because there's other Brazilian steakhouses that are like that, you know?
Yeah, what's the other one? Like El Texas?
Yeah, something like Texas
Texas de Brazil.
Yeah.
El Texas. The Texas. Speaking of El Texas, that Texas Roadhouse, that's where your dad stole
So your steak,
stole
dude.
my steak. I don't know. It was like just happened to be over, and we all went out for dinner. Me and his dad ordered the same thing, like same cut of beef, but he got like a 6 ounce, and I got like a 8 or a 10, and we had the same size. It was like sweet potatoes and broccoli or some shit.
Yeah.
The guy was like, "Here you go. Here's your 8 ounce." Let's just say I ordered the 8 ounce. He's like, "Here's your 8 ounce," and then his dad was sitting next to me, and he was like, "Here's your 6," and I didn't even like look at his. I just like looked at mine, got my shit, and I was like, the first thing I thought, I was like, "This is overcooked." I get it medium rare, but I totally thought it was overcooked because it was smaller than what I thought 8 ounce. I was like, all right, let's just let it rest. I guess maybe they cooked it and fucking just send it right out. And yeah, I don't know how it came up, but I think your brother said something like, "Cannon, why is my dad's steak bigger than yours?" And I like looked over actually to realize, I'm like, oh fuck. He's like, the only thing his dad said was like, "Damn, this is good."
He's just munching on it, dude.
He was like almost done with it too. And just he paid for, my meal. And he's like, like him and both of Anthony's brothers were just like kind of like egging on their dad, like giving them shit. And I was just kind of, I didn't really care. Obviously, it was just funny. And then,
Like, damn, you just
yeah,
devoted steak. Like, what are you doing?
yeah. So I go to pull out my wallet to pay for mine, and he was like, I got it. He's like, "I don't want to hear a goddamn thing about this again." Just like, so there was some sort of guilt that your dad, or you just didn't want to hear about it. No guilt, but I was like, all right.
Oh yeah.
Fucking drown that boy in ketchup too. Oof.
Did he really?
No.
I was like, what?
Be terrible. Just watch that in front of you. Someone just takes your steak and then they just eat it with ketchup. Just like drowning it and
Looking
watching
at
it.
The whole time, just looking at you.
Like, I know it's mine. Like, when I'm gonna start a fight in Texas Roadhouse, like, hey, it's my porterhouse.
Start throwing the bread around.
Put this ketchup in these sweet potatoes too.
It goes good with everything.
Not
Broccoli.
the broccoli. Not the broccoli. Or the cauliflower mash. Yes.
Oh man.
Fucking steakhouses. Is Texas Roadhouse even still open? All those boys are dying. Nobody wants to pay $50 or $40 for a plate.
Right.
Like, when people can just go fucking watch a YouTube how to cook a steak and then just go to the butcher's and buy one for way cheaper. Fuck Outback and El Texas Roadhouse.
Pretty sure I went to. Is it a Texas Roadhouse that's fucking right by Guitar Center? Like in the same parking lot?
No,
Logan's.
it's
Is that-
Logan's. Yeah,
oh yeah,
'cause I
that's
live right
Logan's.
there.
Yeah.
The Roadhouse is
I was say I went to Logan's recently with fucking Rory and Brandon. And that shit was like,
It's expensive.
it was whack.
Yeah.
Throwing peanuts on the ground.
That was Lone Star.
Yeah, it's not there. You don't do that there.
I don't think they do that anywhere anymore due to lawsuits and stuff.
With people slipping on a fucking.
Yeah,
peanut?
slipping on peanut shells. They're allergic, probably what it is.
It was
The
just
allergy
a
thing.
bad idea
Right.
overall.
Right.
Just take these peanuts and just fucking
Throw 'em wherever you want.
'em. Fucking do what you want with them.
Fucking whoever's cleaning it up, is just like fuck
Push broom.
Fuck, thought this
all
was a good
day
idea.
watching people just.
Like,
And they have like tiled floors, so all the peanuts are just getting stuck
Right.
in between the cracks, just driving the people crazy.
Dude, imagine if a place did that now. How people would flip because they're
My kid's allergic to peanuts. Or
or whatever. People would flip, dude.
they don't have to eat them. You can just not bring them to your table.
Just walking through them like it's a fucking war zone. Try not to touch them.
They give the surgeon shoe covers or whatever. Like, you allergic to peanuts? Oh yeah, wear these. Just
Yeah.
walk over them. Lab coat.
Right. It's like going through a lot of work here, fucking.
Why don't they just have a?
So these assholes go throw peanuts on the ground.
I'm not giving that up.
Right. That's
Why
what
not?
we're about here at the Lone Star.
Why don't they just? Why don't they just make like a peanut section and a smoking section? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like have an entrance for non-peanut eaters.
It's not a bad idea. Should have had some
Peanut
compromise
section.
there.
Yeah, have
Either
a
way,
same thing. You get the same food.
just don't bring the peanuts into the eating area. Keep the peanuts in the lobby or something. Don't go wild. Don't throw them everywhere. Throw some trash cans around.
That's it.
No, I actually think that Logan's has peanuts, but they just give you a bucket or something. with them.
Right. You're probably right.
It's like reasonable.
Yeah.
But that was funny that they just did that
Right.
back in the day.
Right.
Just like really they encouraged you to throw them on the ground.
Yeah. It's wild.
It was just probably right when whoever started this whole peanut fiasco. They were probably getting so much business when they opened up, and they're like, "Oh man, people love us." And then like people were just like, "Oh, peanuts," and just threw them on the ground. And then that wasn't a thing. That wasn't gonna be Logan's like forte. And the owner was like, "I fucking can't tell him no.
Right.
I'm making too much
Oh,
money.
man.
Order more peanuts."
Just everyone that came in there was just assholes.
Yeah.
Just throwing peanuts.
Go. You just went to Logan's. How was
Yeah.
the clientele? Asshole-ish.
We were at the fucking. we went to the bar because it was full. So we went to a little bar area,
So
and the
they were Friday.
the dude was fucking swarmed, dude. He had like no help. He was like fucking running around. Like dishes were all piled up in the fucking sink. Dude, I wanted to go back there and just knock some dishes out for him, dude. I swear, dude. I felt bad, and he was all stressed out. And,
You need ice?
right,
He's
right.
like,
Just started helping out.
fucking.
I wanted to really though, because he was struggling. Like fucking.
It's just funny that you're sitting there trying to enjoy, your night out,
Right.
eat a meal, and you're watching this guy struggle
Right.
his
what I'm
life away,
saying.
and you're
I
just
know,
like, I
it's like-
can't even sit here and enjoy
I
this because
know,
I'm
dude, I
just
just feel bad.
wrapped up in this fucking dude
And
drowning.
fucking, I tipped well, like pretty good, like probably like over tipped because of that. And the person who picked it up was like, he was just getting off, so she was like, someone else was grabbed the money off the table, but I knew it was gonna go to him.
Yeah.
But for sure, I was like, she was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah, that's for him." Like I was like, "That's for him." Like not for you, lady. Like you.
You just fucking got here, Betty.
Right,
Like,
right. Are you sure? Like, yeah.
He's,
like, you don't
he's over there
see,
like dying, sweating.
right.
And she's all,
his gold tie and his fucking Logan flare. That's what I imagine he was wearing.
He was. I think they let the bartenders wear whatever, just with like the name tag, because they're like the bartenders.
Yeah.
Just give them a different vibe.
much more chill.
Right.
Do you feel like that's weird if you go to a restaurant and the motherfucker's wearing a name tag?
I don't know.
mean,
Not
not
like
weird,
a
but,
corporate restaurant. I kind of just see it all the time, so I don't even think about it anymore. But it is weird. Like.
Yeah.
If it's part of uniform, I mean, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
even before then, it's like you start like the grand opening for like this franchise restaurant in, say, Ann Arbor, and they have like a fucking team meeting and shit, getting ready, and they're like, oh yeah, we got everybody's name tag, like without even telling you. I'd be like, I don't know, I just feel like it's weird, like I need a name tag.
Right, like I could just introduce myself. Like,
That's why I'm a server. I talk.
right.
Like just, you know.
I think maybe it's more for the people not feel uncomfortable for forgetting names, like to give people, like older people, a reminder at the table when they're talking to the waitress. Maybe it's like a thing like that.
Yeah.
Is why corporate restaurants do that.
I've been
Maybe it's like a
mistaken.
feedback thing, focus group. Fucking.
Yeah. I mean, I've
Are you more likely to ask for your side of ranch if you can't remember the waitress's name to flag her down, or are you not?
see, that's the thing. Wearing that name tag, there's pretentious people that will be like, all right, this is Jim, and then Jim's fucking struggling in the weeds with 4 tables, and he's like 20 feet away, and the old white lady, let's be honest, it's gonna be an old white lady. She's gonna be like, Jim. Just, I don't know.
That's gonna happen regardless.
Yeah.
Name tag or no name tag.
Yeah.
That old white lady remembers
Right.
names great.
Fucking rude. I've been mistaken for Reed, our first year when we were open. First year.
First year, all right.
Yeah. Like I think we were both, no, he was serving, I was bar backing, and I went to go use the bathroom, and he had like that very first, like there's those 3 booths, and he had the
Yeah.
far left one. It was like 3 older ladies, and I was going to the bathroom, and they're like, excuse me, and I'm like, yeah. Like we'd like another round of drinks, and I'm like, oh yeah, I was like, I can't do that, and they're like, well, you're our server, right? And I'm like, no. I was like, I'm not even a server. And they're like, you're sure? And I'm like, all right, at that point, I'm like, am I sure? Am I sure? No, I'm fucking hammered.
It's
which
the
I
best
was.
question to get.
Are you sure? Are
Hold
you
on,
sh-
also, get the fuck out, kind of, for bringing up work.
Oh, yeah. Did you guys say something when I was outside about that?
No, but
Oh, that was good then.
yeah.
Get the fuck
I'm
out.
pretty sure we probably talked about work before that, but we had to have at some point. That's the first time I remembered that.
Yeah, it's just a subtle bring up, you know.
I just
Not like
couldn't
we're
let that
talking
story
about
go being mistaken
Yeah.
entirely for
Yeah.
a different human being.
Yeah.
And it was relevant to this conversation.
Read the Tool Man Taylor. Where you
That
at?
shit's so fucking funny.
Yeah. Anyways, they were like, sorry, you look exactly like our server. And I kind of had an idea who they were talking about. And I was like, I'll let them know. I honestly did not. Let them know.
So many times I've been walking. I probably shouldn't say this. So many times I've been walking through, and somebody's like, "Hey, could you grab our server?" And I'm like, "Yeah, for sure. Do you know who it is?" And of course they're like, "No." And then so I have to like ask for a description from them, and I'm like, "All right, for sure." And then I like look around for someone who might be that server, and I'm like, "Huh?" And I go back to work.
Yeah, he just got off. He left.
That's funny to
It's on
think
the
about
house.
that table though. Like, and you're like, no, I actually can't do that. They're like, like, why? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Like,
thinking you actually are Reed. Like, why? Reed just like, no.
Reed just fucking hacking a cigarette
Right.
as this is all going down. That shit, I don't know. Does that shit still happen to you every fucking night that you work on the, like every
Oh
weekend
yeah, people
rather?
asking
Just,
for drinks.
just
from me,
staring at
yeah.
you?
Yeah. I just like
that's the
cut
best.
them off before they even say anything. Like I already know. I already feel them like eye fucking me for attention to get them a drink. Ugh.
Could you imagine if Brett were here right now? You know what he would have said right after Kenan just said that. Really loud and obnoxiously.
What? After Ken said what?
If people still ask you
Oh yeah,
for
yeah.
drinks.
Oh yeah. You do the fucking.
I don't
Sal,
want to
right?
do the impression.
I had a sister.
He would do it though. What I
He-
like,
he would
what
do
I
it
love
if he
about
were
Brett is he always commits all the way, and he does the whole thing with the pause in between it. If you're still fucking watching, Brett, I appreciate your commitment to the bit every single time, dude.
It's funny.
The best is I had a system when drunk people would just stare at me, and I'd like finally make eye contact. And if they had a short drink order, I would just tell them like, I can't. That's But if they had a long drink order, I'd be like, what? Move in. And they'd say it one more time, like, one more time. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, I can't do that.
And you just walk away.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the
To fucking Bruno Mars because you know what's on.
Pew pew pew.
See?
So what's good? What's good?
Not a whole lot, man. Just really trying to do this.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Dr. Phil's gawking at me.
Well, wait a minute.
You're fat. I'm stupid.
Wait a minute.
One more thing.
And another thing.
So how'd the show go for you guys
It was good.
Friday? Where was it? Wait, where was that?
Was
You
that-
said PJ Loggers?
Yeah, PJ's Lager House.
That's Detroit.
Yeah. It's like pretty much right where the old Tiger
Okay,
Stadium used to
yeah.
be. It was cool though. It was a fucking pretty nice turnout. It was like this band's like tour kickoff show. So there's like kind of a lot of people there for them. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Were they good?
Yeah, they're good in their own. It's not like the same vibe as shit, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like
Yeah. What kind of music is it?
here, hold up.
PJ Loggers house. That's the one where like you walk in and it's like basically just the bars like on the left and then the stage and stuff's like in a whole separate room of the building, or am I thinking?
Wait, what's up? Sorry. Where you walk in, it's a
So you
bar,
walk in,
and then around.
Yeah, you walk. Okay,
yeah,
and like
that's
the
a-
men's bathroom is like
like
in the
right by
worst
the f-
spot
like
in the corner.
in the stage, like, or in the stage area, but like
Yeah.
in the far corner. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
And the
remember-
woman's bathroom's like around this in the bar area. And,
Yeah.
it's like what the fuck?
I remember going there on their like 20-year anniversary just on random, like not even knowing it was, just walking in there with a friend, and there's a shitload of people. And I was like, man, I gotta fucking take a piss. I asked the bartender where the bathroom was, and they're like, yeah. You basically told me. I'm like, all right, cool, thanks. And like I go into that room, and I forget it's their like 20-year anniversary, so they have these bands playing, and it's just full. It's just
Closer,
full.
sorry.
Yeah, it's just full, and I'm like, fuck, dude, like. All the way in the corner, just massive amount of people.
Yeah.
Just like, excuse me.
When I went to the bathroom at the night of the show, I went there and I didn't realize people were waiting to use it. They're like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I was like, oh shit. They're like, we're doing rock, paper, scissors for who gets to go next. So we did a tournament, and I fucking got to go second.
Nice.
It's tight.
Yeah,
I was
my-
like, no 2 out of 3, rock, paper, scissors, shoot, 1 out of 1. Let's do this. All right.
Yeah, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. People like whenever they do, they always overcomplicate it.
All right.
And
Rock,
they
paper,
fuck it
scissors,
up.
shoot. Boom.
Game will change lives, man.
Really, I mean, you can use that game to help your lifestyle. You know, if you ever have problems making decisions,
Oh, yeah.
fucking boom, rock paper scissors it.
Well, you have to have someone there, though.
Yeah, I mean, you just
You have to have 2 people to make your decision. You might as well just ask them what what you should do, dude.
Like,
That's
just,
funny.
just text your friend like, hey, 3 seconds, text me rock, paper, or scissors.
Right. Or, dude,
You just look away and you're like,
make a rock, paper, scissors app that you just play against. And it's just random generated rock, paper, or scissors. But then there's no, like, I guess, yeah, dude, that's, like, not a bad idea. I'm sure someone's done that.
you have to shake your phone too.
Just for decision making, like, market it towards that. Like,
make it an actual physical piece. You know, like a
Right.
keychain where you just
Oh,
kind of
shit.
shake it.
there you
Just
go.
like-
Talking about, like, a magic 8 ball with
Yeah.
just
I
was
3
just thinking
options.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's just get a magic 8 ball. Fuck with that.
yeah, that's true.
What's that liquid?
In Magic 8 Balls.
Yeah, not your
Oh,
computer.
I was like, what?
Ah, sorry, I
I was
just-
like, oh no, there's liquid on it.
No, it's
Fire.
Right.
I always
who
wanted to
knows?
drink it as a kid.
Yeah, just to see what's in there,
Yeah.
like blue juice or something.
what if the whole time just blue juice is actually delicious.
It's just they just put fruit juice in there for
Blueberries.
some reason.
The rarest blueberries.
There's not really. Is there blueberry juice?
People don't fuck with it.
I feel like they're like a. I don't know. They don't Probably don't create much juice. That's probably why.
I feel like if it
So it's always added to another juice.
it's
like,
the Joe Latriglio of fucking fruits and fruit juices. Like on
it's never gonna be the main.
yeah.
Never gonna be the fucking.
You get
So
the
Good
juice.
supporting fucking.
you get the fucking mango
Flavor.
blast juice, and you have all the main fruits, and then you like trail off to the right, and you just see like 2 or 3 blueberries, like a bundle of bananas and strawberries, pineapple, and a couple of blueberries.
You're gonna need a shit ton of blueberries to make a glass of blueberry juice.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like they don't create a lot
a
of juice.
shit ton of blueberries.
They're like porous in a weird way, like
Mhm.
when they're in their actual texture. And I feel like most of the flavor comes from like maybe like between the skin and the fucking actual fruit inside. Because like if you break open a blueberry, it's like kind of white.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
I think most of that flavor comes from like just like cooking blueberries down instead of, and then making a juice out of that. Other than just squeezing blueberries, I don't think
Yeah.
that happens.
You're onto something here.
Right.
All right. Well, I don't know. That's about it.
Dude, that's funny, dude.
What's up?
You don't see any of the other comments from Mike on the Facebook because that's where he was commenting from.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, you don't see these on the post, so he's just saying random ass shit, and it looks all weird.
Fuck yeah. Oh, I'm hearing myself
Yeah, I
talk
know.
back in the headphones.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
know.
worst, man.
It's like, ugh, my voice.
That's what I sound like.
All right.
God
I
damn
do
it.
that shit too.
I love my voice.
No, you do.
Mine
you do-
feels
you-
all
you-
nasally and shit.
You have a voice for talking, Ken.
Thank
you have
you.
a nice sounding voice.
I don't think I do.
I used to. It's funny because home videos like with family and shit, and just like obviously being a kid, and even just in general, like people would just take a Snapchat video, like say a while ago,
Yeah.
and I would hear myself in it, and I'd just be like, yeah.
Right.
But I don't know, like
I think it's
Thank you.
everybody.
Yeah.
I
I think
think it's
everybody's like that
fucking
just because you
everybody.
hear it different. You're like, whoa.
yeah,
Yeah, it is what it is. It's just my voice.
it's all the cigarettes I smoke.
Do you think over time your voice has gotten more to sound in your head like it does outside of your head? Like, do you think it all turned into what,
What you
like
want
from
it to
you?
sound?
No, like, do you think at all now you hear your voice in your head more like it actually is because you've like seen videos of you talking or heard you talking and stuff, and like
Yeah.
maybe like your brain is telling? Because I feel like mine's not that much different anymore from when I hear it. But when I was a kid, I remember being like, "Whoa, that's my voice!" Like, holy shit. I don't know. Weird thought. I don't know if that's.
You know, our first podcast 2 weeks ago, I was kind of nervous to hear my own voice. Like, I don't really care. I'm comfortable with it, but I was kind of nervous because I have a friend that told me that I kind of sound like, if I'm just talking in conversation, like I sound a little bit like Keanu Reeves. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, that's not good.
See what you did right after.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Like, I could do a Keanu Reeves, but like,
Do it.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I've never seen The
dude, I put you on the
Matrix.
spot.
Oh.
That's all you gotta do, dude.
If we don't stop this bus.
He said still. Fucking homie from Bill and Ted, but he's now in Speed. Whoa. Whoa. We can't slow down. Sure.
Patrick Swayze just robbed the bank.
He sounded kind of like Dave Attell doing
Dave Attell?
Keanu Reeves there. The way he
Does he have
trailed
a
off.
bit, or do you just meant like?
No, just the way it sounded. It sounded like the way he drags on his, like the way he enunciates.
Oh. I used to love his show that he had on Comedy Central.
Insomniac. Yeah, that shit was dope.
Don't recall.
It's probably been dead from the air probably for like 15 years.
Yeah, it was like a
probably
show
why.
where it was like late night. It was basically him just bar hopping around the world because he was a comedian, and when he'd tour, he would film too.
Yeah, whatever show,
Yeah,
what
so
town, he
he
would
just
just
go
go
to
out
do different things with people from the town and shit.
and just get fucking annihilated.
Yeah, it was cool.
It's
He's a funny comedian.
Yeah, it's funny. That one episode he was in Vegas. He actually stopped at like that Pawn Stars pawn shop,
Yeah.
and homeboy had like a full head of hair.
Yeah.
And he was working the midnight shift, and like a guy was trying to pawn his Rolex. He's like, "What do you want for this, man?" Like, since it was a midnight shift or whatever, it was just strictly through like a glass, and like whatever you want to pawn, you just put in the chute. He opens up, looks at it. So it was a watch. The guy was like, "Come on, man, like, I don't know what he said, like $1,500." He's like, "I give you 200." He's like, "Ah." He fucking wrote the receipt, $200. There you go.
That's funny because I actually seen something about a documentary on them that they talked about them having problem for a long time buying fake Rolexes.
Who like punch
Their shop in general had a problem with buying fake Rolexes for a while because
they were so close.
it was just so close they
Right.
could hardly tell them apart. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're fucking masters at it now, but
Right.
in the early stages of that shit, they lost a lot of money
Right.
buying fake watches.
I bet, dude.
That shit's super hard to
Like,
decipher.
there's no like serial number thing involved with those. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be some kind of thing like that, like VIN number for something that expensive. You know what I mean? Like, especially something that gets fucking. Is there stuff like that? Because I don't.
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
right?
but I'm sure there's fake certification for fake Rolexes.
I think
Right,
they
but,
just say like,
I mean, I don't know. I don't know
Right.
how deep
Right,
it
I
gets,
don't
but
know
they were
either.
getting the watches were getting past them for a while in the
Right.
beginning. Is
I'm sure
really
it
all
is.
it was getting at.
I think with like really old
Sure.
Rolexes, I think the way the arms work and how it's
that is where it differs. Is the actual
like back then
mechanism inside,
like,
right?
and if it's faulty, if it's like fugazi, they'll just like open the watch up and like it has modern parts and shit, and just you can
Right.
tell how the arms move. Like it doesn't move like that if
Right.
the watch is from this era,
Right.
like Rolexes at least. Like they can tell what parts are in it
Right.
and shit. And
That
you get
makes
some
sense.
you get some people like, yeah, I did some restoration on this watch, and they're like, why did you do that?
Right.
It's fucking a piece of shit now.
Right.
Nobody wants like a Rolex from the 50s with parts from the 80s. Like
Right.
fucking,
Watches, dude.
I bought this watch, the same watch, like 3 times.
You just like it that much?
It just broke the first 2
Yeah.
times. Really easy.
Oh.
It's like $7. So
Oh, there. All right.
it tells me the time.
Right. Is it waterproof? Supposed to be. You take it off every time you wash your hands and shit.
Not wash my hands, but when I shower, it's
Right.
waterproof. I've submerged my.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck, man, you've been talking about watches on this shit.
No.
Need to get me a watch.
It's nice to have cooking.
Eh.
Yeah, instead of just like reaching in your pocket. Like
Yeah.
I just like always like look down on it and shit.
Another fun weird thing that I really want to invest in soon is a fucking just like a hand recorder, like a
Tape recorder.
yeah,
little
just
handheld.
something where I can if I find something funny or even just have
Probably got a
random
voice
clips.
memo thing on your phone.
Yeah, but I mean it's
You want the like
yeah if I had
feel of having
just like
it.
if I had that that just it itself I feel like I
Yeah,
would
more-
utilize it and actually the app itself I'd
Forget about
kind
it and
of
not
use
even-
it, but yeah, just it's in and out, just like having like you have a notes app on your fucking phone, but
hard
if
to
you
be able to
have a
use it.
fucking hand notebook, like you're gonna fucking write down more shit.
Right.
2 things. 1, if you do buy something like that, if it's not too expensive, buy the Home Alone one from back in the day.
Yeah. The one. Yeah.
It changes your voice. If it's not too expensive, those things are probably like gold, but
That's funny. All right. We're
Checking out.
where are we at?
2:24.
224.
2 hours 24 minutes. I feel like we're kind of sucked dry at topics here, unless you guys want to roll on to something real quick.
I think we should leave it at what it's at now. Come back to it next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. I was gonna talk about the Titanic, but
Like some
Yeah.
it was sunk. It was sunk.
We'll talk about the
Yeah, nah,
Titanic.
I don't know. Don't care.
All right. Well, if anybody's even watching right now, it says 4 people are watching currently.
Well.
I don't know.
Thank you
Yeah.
for still watching.
Take it easy. We're out.
Thanks.